and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another pick a card reading for you. So this one actually came to me just by inspiration, like it just hit me. I think it was like one morning, or I don't know, I was in bed anyway, and it just hit me and I was like, okay, cool. So that's what a reading that we're going to do. So the reading that we're doing today is we're diving into your shadow aspects you need to acknowledge and then how to alchemize them. So I've done a little breakdown of how it's going to go. So first of all, it's a breakdown of your energy. I've got current energy in brackets because I just feel like that's relevant, because like for myself personally, I know that my energy chops and changes. It can even change within the hour. Like 1 minute my energy will be super high, 1 minute it'll be super low. Call it bipolar if you will. But anyway, so breakdown of your current energy. And then second of all, we're going to start tapping into what are your shadow aspects of yourself. Now you probably will be already aware of what these are. But that'll also help you know if this reading is for you, if you've clicked on the right one. And then we're going to go a little bit deeper, and then we're going to try and tap into your subconscious shadow aspects of yourself. And then we're going to look at how to begin. I've spelt begin, not begin, but anyway. Then we're going to look at how to begin to alchemize them. So yeah, we'll tap into how we can start to bring them to the light and transmute them and release them, or how we can start to work on them. And then we're going to get some advice from our light spirits, our angel guides. So yes, I have 3 piles here already. So we have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. So pick whichever pile that you feel most called to, whichever one your energy keeps gravitating toward. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just what feels like it's aligning with you. So even if you pick one and then I'm starting to go into it, and after like 5 minutes you're like, you know what, this is actually not it. There could still be a little message in there for you, but if you really feel like it's not it, then pick a different pile. It's completely in your hands, and there's no wrong choice, okay? You cannot make a wrong choice. So if you need some extra guidance, I was also called to set up my space very angelic, very high frequency. So we have our selenite crystals over here. I felt called to use this angel over here, and I was going through some old things and I saw my 3 white owls, and I was like, I'm being told to use those. So yeah, so if you need help, you can also correlate the owl with the different pile, because they do have sort of different designs on them. So that one's like that one's more stars, and this one has also 3 little holes in the front. So they're a little bit different. So yes, a very cleansing, energetic pile reading. And we also have some crystals. It's not a crystal, but whatever. We also have some crystals that you can use to help choose your pile. So I was really called to use this vial, and it's actually got my dog's hairs in it. So he was he had to put down about 7 months ago now, so it's got my dog furs in it. I don't know why I was called to use that, but we'll get into that a little more if you choose that pile. And then for the second pile, collective energy for number 2, I was called to use a rose quartz, and this rose quartz happens to be shaped, sorry, I should have brought it up closer to you. This happens to be shaped in the shape of a turtle, and I just think it's so cute. But yeah, this is the rose quartz for pile number 2. And then for group number 3, I was called to use this black obsidian shaped into a tower, and it's got the different waxing and waning phases of the moons on it. So there we go. take your time, pause the video if you need to, and then I will see you in your reading. Hi, okay, group number 1 for all of you that chose pile number 1, obviously. This is the reading for you. So you have chosen this little, I think it's called a vial, but that sounds weird now that I'm saying it. It sounds gross. This little jar of my dog's furs in it. So the story is he was put down 7 months ago. So the number 7 could be significant for you, as well as I wanted to say, I just realized that these 1, 2, 3 is number 3, and I've chosen 3 owls. So the overall important number for the whole collective energy is number 3, and number 3 is your angels. It taps into the angel frequency, and for them to let you know that you have a guardian angel and they are supporting you. So you are being supported right now. And also because it's the vial with the dog, you could also resonate, and maybe you've recently had to put your own dog down. But I'm also kind of picking up that as I was collecting the objects for the piles, I was also kind of picking up that group number 1, your pet in heaven may be a guiding angel for you. So I wanted to show a picture of my dog because why not? He looks so funny in that picture, but yeah, that was him, and they called him a sweet little gentleman. Yeah, so your pet that may have recently passed could be just a guiding angel for you now, or maybe there's an energy of a soul animal. Like, I believe that we have soulmates that are not just people. Like, we can have soulmates that are animals too. So I'm also picking up that there could be a soulmate energy from a pet that you haven't met yet, and they're being guided into your life soon. So you may be looking at getting a pet, but just know that when you do, they're going to be your soulmate, and their angel, they are an angel guide for you, and their energy is coming into your life. Or you just had a pet and as I said, they are a guardian angel and looking out for you. So with all of that being said, we're going to put that over there, and we're just going to start to look into your energy. I'm just going to put that over side because I don't want to use that first. So if you didn't watch all of the intros, so we're looking, sorry, notebook in the way. I don't know why I did that. Maybe like you always just cut yourself off, or you cut yourself short, or you're blocking. Obviously we're all blocking our own energy, we're blocking our own power. Okay, anyway, so yeah, so if you didn't watch the intro, this first part, we're just breaking down of your current energy. So we just want to see that we've got the right person. So we have the new moon in Aries. Go for it. Okay, new moon in Aries. Spirit's also giving me this one. So we've got Aries energy and we've got Cancer energy. So Aries energy is very chaotic. I actually don't know a whole heap about the zodiacs. I know some, like with my own zodiac sign and then people that are close to me, but I think Aries is very out there, very spontaneous, very crazy. I could be wrong, but I'm picking up that that's kind of your energy, and you're also very, very emotional. So you could be an Aries sun, moon, or rising. It could also be somewhere else in your chart. And then you could also be a Cancer sun, moon, or rising. But what I'm picking up already, pile number 1, is that, yeah, you just have like a really crazy fun energy about you, but you also have, holy shit. Oh my God. I'm sorry, pile number 1. Sorry pile number one. Sorry, I had music playing just softly in the background, and then it finished and it played an ad, and for some reason it scared the shit out of me and it cut me off again. So it's like still that energy of it's like your emotions get in the way and then you just cut yourself short. Or maybe you're you can be quite reactive with your energy. You are very emotional. So let me put that in a grounded way. Yeah, you just sometimes can be very reactive, not just towards others but yourself. So like if you're having spontaneity of fun and then you're like, cool, I'm doing this, and then all of a sudden you might be hit by a tidal wave of just emotion and you just instantly react to that. Sometimes you can cause you to go back into your shell and like, you know, questioning yourself and then not thinking that you're good enough. So I see that you're very emotional and you have two sides of the coin of that. So that it can be very positive, how emotional you are, but then sometimes it can be very I don't want to say negative, but just very deprecating, like self-deprecating, and then also just not very helpful towards yourself sometimes. So I see a lot of that already in your energy. We also have this symbol here with a light, and for me that's telling me that for you, pile number one, you've started tapping into your intuitive ability. So as an emotional person, an emotional sign, you are already quite intuitive, because I feel like the more emotional people are, the more intuitive, because they're always led by that inner feeling. But sometimes it can be warped and it's not the truth. It's not to say that it's bad. We all have a light and a dark side, but I think sometimes the truth of that intuition can be warped by that negative feeling. And then sometimes you're like in a kerfuffle with yourself of like, oh my god, so like, am I intuitive or is my intuition wrong? Do I trust myself? Do I not trust myself? And yeah, sometimes it can feel like you're just drowning in a body of emotions, a huge body of emotions. And I feel like maybe you've been crying a lot lately, like in the dark with yourself. Maybe you've just been shedding a lot of tears, and your tears are beautiful. Like they have created this beautiful blue lagoon ocean thing. But yeah, I just feel like, yeah, a lot of water energy. We do have also though this, I think Aries is air, fire, air, I actually don't know. I'm really sorry, Aries. I should know because one of my friends is an Aries. Bless her soul. But yeah, I feel like your mind can also go to escapism. So then you start daydreaming about, like, you're sometimes not really in touch with reality, and that's not a bad thing, because like, look, reality, the 3D reality is not all that there is, and there is truth in your head up in the clouds, I believe. But yeah, you just have this otherworldly sort of energy about you, and it sparks you, and then you have these big dreams and you're like, oh my god, I can totally go for it, I can totally do it, and then boom, that emotion comes in, and then you start second guessing your own intuition and what you really can do, what you're capable of. Yeah, look, I didn't even read that before. It says push through in any insecurity. Push through any insecurity. So yeah, you obviously are very insecure, but it's not really like the insecurities that you have, pile number one, are like your capabilities and trusting your own intuition, as I said, and like following your own higher path and like what's meant for you. And so yeah, you are in and out of this dream reality, and then you're back in reality, and it can be so overwhelming. And honestly, pile number one, I'm resonating with this pile too, so I'm probably going to get called the F out. So I'm just going to keep going with it anyway. Okay, so let's still continue to tap into pile 1's energy. So then we also have the first quarter moon in Taurus. I just want to acknowledge how these are both first quarter moons. That may hold some significance that's going to come more to me later. We also have, to me, this is giving like root chakra energy. So, and like because this person is sitting on the ground, we are tapping into your current energy. So I'm feeling like maybe you have been trying to ground these energies, because these are very ungrounding energies, to be honest. I mean, your head is up in another planet, like your head's in the clouds, and you're like a little bit delulu, and we don't mind that. We love a little bit of delulu, but then on top of that, your emotions are so wishy-washy and you don't trust yourself, and then you're in and out of like, am I a good person, am I a bad person, is what I'm doing is right, am I okay in the world, am I making the right choice? And then because your head is so up in the clouds, and then you have so many ideas on like what you could bring into fruition and what you could channel your creative, emotional, intuitive energy into, some of it's like a little bit delulu, and these are very ungrounding energies. So I feel like pile number 1, you could also be trying to very much ground your energy, or if you haven't, this is a suggestion to do so. You're very much trying to ground your energy, because Taurus is an earth sign, that I know, and this says release control. So it feels like pile number 1, you're aware that you are like this. You are aware that obviously that you have these battles within yourself of light and dark, and you know, am I a good person, am I not a good person, am I doing the right thing, am I not doing the right thing, is this meant for me, is this not meant for me, am I following my true path, am I getting distracted, blah 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 blah. But yeah, so you're aware that you need to release this control, but I feel like it's been harboring within you for some time, and you're really just at a point like where you just don't know how to release the control. And sometimes you try to, or like release these emotions and really follow through with that intuition and allow it to be a proper guide for you. You could also like, at the moment, maybe your heart is a little bit closed off, usually than it more so than it usually is, pile number 1. And then I also feel like you have a hard time speaking your truth, because you really don't know what that is. I mean, you do, we all have an inner knowing, but you're so clouded by these emotions that sometimes you don't know truly what your own inner voice is, and then how to present that to the world. Okay, pile number 1, we're going to start tapping into, I mean, we've pretty much already done that by tapping into your current energy, but we are going to start tapping into what these shadow aspects of yourself are. We're going to try to go a little bit deeper. We're going to look at what these shadow aspects of yourself are. So we have no more wounds. I don't know why that's coming up. I just want to move these, like, I don't really know what I'm doing. See, I'm second guessing myself. This was the energy that, I mean, this is my energy too, but this is also the energy of those who've chosen pile number 1. So for your tapping into your shadow aspects of yourself, we have no more wounds. In this imagery here, there's like a little baby in the sack of the, it looks like it's the womb weaving through the heart. So I feel like these shadow aspects of yourself, and this is pretty common for everyone, but were developed within the womb. So like in the womb of your mother, I don't know, like maybe it was a stressful pregnancy, or she just had to deal with a lot of things, or she had her own like self-esteem issues, or just her own issues, and that was really cultivated when you were within the womb of your mother. And I feel like a lot of these wounds stem from there. A lot of them are generational. They're not all yours. Like all this this energy of second guessing yourself and just being really ungrounded and emotional and not really like pushing past that to make big moves, because you want to go for it, you want to go for the things, but you're struggling to push through these insecurities and you're trying to release control. So yeah, a lot of these aspects of yourself were created within the womb. So possibly pile number one, you need to do like, if you are if you have a womb, maybe you need to do like a lot of womb healing meditation or things that can help clear out the energy within that space. Because when you do that for yourself, it's not only helps you, but it actually heals the womb, that of your mother and then your grandmother. So it starts aiding in these generational things. And that's true because your grandmother carried the egg of not only your mum but also you. So all of your wombs are connected, and I believe that from generations it's all connected, but impactfully, your mother and your grandmother, your wombs were very connected, and that's where a lot of the wounds came from. So no, it's going to be hard because I'm saying womb and then wounds. So yeah, some of these can be childhood wounds as well. So they stemmed from when you were a child. Most of us, that's literally how all of our traumas, integrate into our beautiful little nervous systems and then not alchemize, that's the wrong word, and then just, manifest into physical fruition. It's buried deeper than you think, pile number one. So let's get some more clarity on that. So for pile number one, let's go deeper into the shadow aspects of themselves. Oh my God, how gorgeous is that card? Are you for reals? She's a goddess. She is a goddess. So butterfly wings. And she's standing in a flower. Also have looks like a circular moon around her head too, or like behind her head. So you're very much ruled by the moon and your emotions, pile number one. Maybe can we please clarify this energy, pile? I don't know. So what I'm picking up, maybe there's a fear, there's a blockage, there's a fear, there's a blockage. I'm trying to get subconsciously a little bit deeper into this shadow aspect of yourself, pile number one, and I'm finding it a little bit difficult. Okay, that clarified that. So there's a blockage in your heart. So it's definitely a battle of the heart and the mind. Another flower. It's like you're struggling to blossom into your full potential because there's this block between your heart and your mind. And your mind can become so ego driven in the fact of your mind is there to protect you, but your heart knows the way, your soul knows the way, your intuition knows the way. Your mind can sometimes be your worst enemy and it just can sabotage you. And there's definitely a block between your heart. We've got heart energy here. There's some lights cascading on her beautiful chest, and this says love. So I'm definitely picking up there's a lot of pink energy too. And there's 3 butterflies. That's interesting, main butterflies. So you're definitely being supported by your spirit, by your angels group, number one, and you're definitely being supported as you try and navigate this subconscious the subconscious dark shadow self. But I'm hearing that it's really like not as scary as you're imagining it to be. And this is funny because I really 100% resonate like with this, because I get really scared to delve into my aspect dark shadow self, because one, I'm a Cancer sun and I can be very emotional and a little bit delulu. So I'm like picking that up too, like your imagination just goes off tap and you just get a little bit scared of delving into these deeper aspects of yourself because you fear that something might get you or something, you might be stuck there. But quite honestly, not going into this dark place is keeping you stuck there, and that is the nightmare. Like you're scared to like go into that dark aspect of yourself and delve into it because you're like, oh my god, what if I get stuck in the nightmare? Honey, you're already in the nightmare. You're in the nightmare because you're keeping yourself in this stuck energy and you're not allowing yourself to alchemize into these wombs. And I know maybe you have tried, you really have, and I'm so proud of you, pile number one, because I do know that that fear can be intense and it can be very scary. But you don't need to fear. If you needed that message today from your angel guides, they are saying that you do not need to fear. You've got your little pet walking by your side, you know, wagging their little tail, even if they're a cat or even if they're a bird. You know, they're walking by your side and you've got your other angel guides holding your hand. And they're supporting you and they're telling you, like, we want you to blossom. We want this flower energy that you have to really blossom, and we want the world to see your true beauty, your true light, because there's so much untapped potential that's within you that you're holding yourself back. Like, you've unfurled your wings. You have unfurled your wings, but you're still in the comfort of your own home. And that's completely understandable. Like, it's always good to go back home and recharge and recoup. I'm a very homebody too. Like I said, my son is a Cancer. That sounds weird. My sun's sign is in Cancer. I know, I'm losing my train of thought, and I think this is a part of what you do. Like, when you're really on a roll with things and you're starting to be like, yeah, go with the flow, follow my intuition, like, go for it, woo, then these insecurities come in, and then you're like, hang on, second guessing yourself, hang on, no, and we're just not here for it. Like, this has been a loop that's been ongoing for too long now, pile number one. And I know that you've been healing, I know that you've been doing the work, you've been doing a lot of work in the dark. You've been doing a lot of the work in the dark. So have I. I'm with you, my boo-boo. We in this together. And those wings have been unfurling, even in that own container of your own little world. But you're stuck within this flower that's not blooming yet because you're not allowing it to bloom, because you're afraid of these dark aspects. And I feel like in a way you know how to go within them, but if you don't, it's okay. I'm here to help. We're going to tap into that a little bit more, of how to go deeper into these aspects of ourselves and how to alchemize them. So yeah, okay, we're gonna get one more subconscious shadow aspects of self for pile number one. What wants to happen here? Oh, can't make your mind up. You can't make your mind up, pile number one. You struggle to make your mind up on things, on what you want, what your purpose is. Oh my god, yeah, solar plexus, purpose. You're struggling with your purpose. So, and your personal power. You're really struggling with your purpose and your personal power. So we've got, you know, we've got blockages in the throat, speaking your truth. We've got blockages in the heart and the mind, heart and intuition. So a battle between the heart and the mind. And in between the heart and the mind, what is it? Oh, the throat. So, you know, you don't know what is truth for you, and then because of that you are lacking in your personal power, or maybe because of that you'll, anyway, vice versa. Yeah, so we've got a block in the throat, block in the heart, block in the third eye, and your solar plexus. Honestly, pile number one, I'm friggin', because I'm a part of the collective, I'm wholeheartedly relating to this pile, and I'm feeling really outed right now, but it's good. So yeah, you are struggling with self-confidence in where you fit in the world and what you're meant to be doing and how you're meant to be helping. Yeah, just your personal power and your solar plexus just is really just not having it. Let's move all these cards over. So personal willpower, you know, what gets you up, what inspires you to move towards a purpose. I don't even know what I'm saying right now, and I feel like that's a lot of your energy, like just you. Sorry if you can hear that in the background, by the way, a helicopter. I don't know how loud that is. You allow the world of the you allow the noise of the world to shrink you down. And I'm not saying that the noise of the world is intentionally doing that. There could be some people in your life that are intentionally doing that, but I'm saying that you become so timid and you become so closed off and you become so untrusting within yourself that your light doesn't fucking matter when it does, and you have so much to give to the world. Like, we're here to share our gifts and our talents with people and to help other people. That's what we're all here for, to remember and to help each other. I feel like you allow the noise of the world to make you shrink down within yourself, to make you second guess yourself, because you think, and this is where your ego mind comes in, you know, your mind comes in and tells you stories of like, well, other people are doing it and they're doing exactly that, so why would they need another somebody doing that same thing? Like, you're not really adding any value. And that's completely not true, because everyone resonates with different people and everyone has a different way of expressing something. And I feel like that's really valuable, because what I could be expressing right now to you, you could be 100%, oh yeah, I'm with it, sister, I totally got you. Whereas I could express this to somebody else who also has these same challenges, but they're not hearing what I'm saying because it doesn't, the way that I express it doesn't resonate with them. And I feel like we all have this unique way of expressing ourselves that resonate with different people. And just because there's 50 people doing card readings doesn't mean that, you know, everyone that's clicked onto that specific card reading is going to resonate with how that card reader gets the message across. Do you understand what I'm saying, pile number one? Like, your gifts and your abilities matter. Just because someone seems like they're doing it the same, no one actually has the exact same uniqueness and essence that you do. So you do you, boo. So you do you, boo. So allow yourself, please. And I know that you've been wanting to, and I know, yeah, you just keep getting in your own way. Like, you keep letting your power be diminished by your outside factors and basically just your mind. So if we can start to become aware of our thought patterns, and possibly you already are, but if you can become more aware, maybe like even like keep a little thought journal with you, or maybe like just get your phone out and write in notes like the mean comments that are coming in your mind, and you may be baffled, like by the end of the day or the end of the week, if you look back and go, oh my god, I'm really telling myself this story, holy moly. Like that's the first part. And what you can do, you can acknowledge the stories that you're telling yourself that, well, you're not doing it, your ego mind is doing it, and then by acknowledging them, then you'll be more aware of what's happening and why this is crushing your intuition and your soul so much. And then when you become aware of them, then you can start to retrain them. And I know it sounds really cringy, but like, say for example, you know, you become aware of a thought of being like, oh well, I'm just not really good at that, so I am not going to bother. Then you can start to retrain your thought to say, I accept that maybe I'm not really good at that, but there's still a point in me trying, and I'm going to try anyway, because that's how we learn. So that's flipping that story in your head. Or just complete opposite, you know, if the story says I'm not good enough, actually I am good enough. So yeah, becoming aware of your thoughts, pile number 1, is very, very important for you, especially because you're so ruled by your emotions. And we know that with the law of attraction, like what you think impacts how you feel, and then how you feel becomes your reality, and then you're just stuck in this loop. So with all of that being said, we are going to dive a little bit deeper into the subconscious, because we love going even deeper. So we're going to use the tarot cards here, pile number 1, and we're going to ask Spirit for the collective energy of pile number 1. Let's dive really deep into the subconscious of pile number 1, and like, can we try and find maybe the root cause, or just give us some answers? Like, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Maybe you have a lot of upper back pain. That's where your trauma is stored in your nervous system. I know it is for me as well. Maybe you have bad posture because of it. You have bad posture because you're afraid of shining your light. So you just want to sink into the shadows. You don't want to show yourself. Nine of Swords, number 9. Number 9, release, let go. So you're really afraid to like let yourself go, let yourself be fully seen, release all these bad stories, and most of them aren't even yours. Like I said, they came from within the womb, they came from generational traumas, they came from when you were a child. Like, most of these stories aren't even true. Actually, in fact, all of them aren't even true. So then we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and then we also have the Page of Wands upright. Okay, so what am I seeing? Pile number 1. You definitely are like shielding yourself, trying to protect yourself. Pile number 1, is very hard to get deep within your subconscious. I will admit that right now, because I will be always transparent and honest. I'm not going to make shit up. But like, I am struggling to get deep within, and I feel like that is a part of your blockage. Like, you are afraid to get, as I said, we've already gone over it, like, you are afraid to go deep within. You have this armor up, you have this guard up. You always want to use like magic to energetically protect yourself. But you're already inherently protected. You're already inherently guided by your angels and your spirit guides and God of 100% pure white light, love and protection. So you already are, like, you don't need to do, if you do this, you don't really need to do all this woo-woo stuff. But I mean, if that makes you feel safer, by all means, go ahead, pile number 1. But yeah, you're very afraid, and I promise you, it's not as scary as you think. So we're gonna clarify these cards. For pile number 1, please. Okay, we just had 2 cards pop out there. Maybe that'll be enough to clarify. Ooh, Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh. So we have the Queen of Wands upright, and then we have Justice in reverse. Thank you. You feel like justice needs to be served. You feel like people that have hurt you or hurt your heart that you've let in haven't served their justice, and you think it is so fucking unfair. You're mad. You're mad. Oh, aren't we all, pile number 1? You are angry and upset. You're afraid of your own anger. I completely 100% resonate with this. I'm resonating with this whole pile number 1, honestly. And I've come to these realizations myself recently. Maybe you have too. But you're afraid of your own anger, or you have a lot of anger that you need to balance out. See, he's holding these balances here, but they're upside down. You have anger that you need to balance out. Spirit will take care of it. Keep believing. Justice will be served. There is reason for dark and light in the world, but do not let this resentment and this bitterness within that is imbalanced prevent you from being this motherfucking Queen of Wands that you are. Also, maybe you're going to get a cat, or maybe you need a cat to help you spiritually with your energy, to help keep you protected, because cats have a lot of healing energy. So also maybe you're getting a cat, or you should get a cat, because I'm going to get a cat. You need to go into that anger. You need to find ways to go into that anger so that you can sit on your throne and not at the mercy of others, and not to show off to anybody else, but it's because you're worthy of, this is your true self. Your true self is empowered. Your true self holds all the power within. She knows how to, she knows her worth. She knows the direction in which she wants to go in. She's sure of herself, her personal power. She holds that in her hand. She's also an alchemist. Maybe you also are a little bit witchy too. You have healing powers. You have healing powers that you do have the ability to share with the world. Because she's holding in her hands her personal power and then the wand. So for me, it's like you have this purpose to help heal people. You have this purpose, and you need to tap into that. Maybe you already know what that is. Maybe it's, you want to study herbs and learn how herbs can help people. Or, maybe you want to be a nurse, or you know what it is. But I'm telling you, this is confirmation that you have magical healing powers with whatever you do with that purpose and that drive. And that's you sitting in your worth, like the fucking queen that you are. But this balance needs to be restored. This feeling of justiceness, I know that you want that to come into fruition. You want that to be served. Maybe it has been served. Maybe you're not really in contact with those people anymore. So how do you even know that it hasn't been served? Spirit is on your side. God doesn't let things slide. If you've just had your heart open in the past and somebody fucking stood on that, well, that's on them. That doesn't say anything about who you are. And we all make mistakes too. Just know that you've made your mistakes too. Maybe you were very emotional back then. This is the energy that we do have for you. Know that it will be restored, but you need to go within your own subconscious and you need to figure out what you're angry at and admit it to yourself. There's so much you're angry about. You need to bring it to the light, and then you need to just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it. But just acknowledge that you deep down, you do have so much anger within you. And you can do this by journaling. just continuing to journal and just really go ham on it, like don't hold back. And even doing that will make it become aware of it, but it'll also allow you to release it because you'll be writing it out. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of untapped anger. And I think if you thought about it hard enough, if you really sat with yourself in silence, which maybe this is a suggestion to do so, if you sat with yourself in silence and really thought about, and it's not to re-trigger you, even though it might, and really think about every stage in your life, maybe actually sit with yourself and start to remember each stage of your life. Like, okay, from ages 1 to 5, what can I remember? What made me angry? What upset me? And then go through your stages, and then, you know, that's like doing your whole life, and then you can just be really bring that to the light. You are going to have to find a way to release that. So whether you journal it out, whether you kickbox the air, or you sign up for jiu-jitsu or something, I don't know, you do need to find a way to release it. Even if you like talk to a counselor, and like if you feel safe enough to do so, admitting that to them. But I reckon the safest thing would be journaling first, because you can really be unhinged in your journal, and then you can burn it. No one has to know about it. You know, you just want to get your darkest, deepest things out of you and stop withholding this truth within you. It's a part of you. It doesn't mean it's the truth. Like, we have dark and light within us. You're probably going to have some morbid, fucked up ways of being angry that you don't want to acknowledge, because you're like, oh my God, that's just terrible. I'm not like a murderous person. Well, maybe you're that angry that you really had the thought that you just want to freaking do something bad to someone, okay? And that's a normal ego thought sort of mindset. If you're really that mad about something, are you going to do it? No, you're not. But should you acknowledge it? Yes, because that sickness is residing within you. It's keeping you stuck. So we've sort of already tapped into how to alchemize these feelings, pile number 1, but we're going to ask Spirit for group number 1, how can we begin to alchemize these deep subconscious, I don't want to grab that, these deep subconscious shadow aspects of ourselves. How can pile number 1 alchemize these? How can we transmute them? We've already sort of tapped in, but can you please give us some extra knowledge? Okay, I don't know why Spirit is being so difficult right now. Maybe that's you feeling that too. You're like, God, I've been begging you, please help me, and you're not. So we have the dragon, release. That's your anger right there. That can be your companion. And then we have the dove. Where are you gonna be able to see that? Release the dragon, I'm hearing. You'll find that this dragon side of yourself is actually your companion. Integrating this integrates within your intuition. By integrating this part of yourself, you are going to soar towards your purpose, your self-confidence, your self-worth, your drive, your passion, what you've always wanted to achieve in this lifetime. You're going to get more clear on that. There's going to be more clarity for you. It's going to be beaming in your freaking face, and you're soaring towards it. Purified, cleansed. Even with this dragon that resides within you. This dragon is not bad. Look, they are companions. They work together. They transmute things together. We can use that, channel that anger to drive us towards the things we want, the things that we know we were made for in this lifetime, the things that have our passion written all over it, your passion written all over it. So yeah, pile number 1, you really just need to let off some steam. How are you going to do that? Maybe sign up for a boxing class. Maybe go to one of those rage rooms. But you need to acknowledge what that anger is. You might not be able to acknowledge all of it, but at least if you can pinpoint some parts of it and not be ashamed of that, and really like delve into it and go, actually, yeah, I feel like that was effed up, and I feel like this towards that person in that moment about this, and this is how I feel. No matter how dark and devious it sounds, like, that's your truth. It needs to be alchemized. It needs to be brought to the light. So you need to, and then you need to let off the steam. That's really your key and your pathway to your passion and clearing your solar plexus energy. So I'm hearing like solar plexus healing modalities. You can Google it, and even meditations will help you, or maybe solar plexus breath work might be better, because that way you're releasing. I feel like meditation is good, but meditation is too calm. Like, you need a way to release this anger. Behind all of that is your purpose, is your passion. And it's all going to come together. Your heart, what's in your mind, your truth speaking, and your personal power. It's all going to, like, these are those colors coming up again, which is wild, green, yellow, blue, which we had in the beginning. And I'm also hearing like a lot of heart energy with this dragon too. I can't actualize it into words. I've been trying to, so I've been sitting here a little bit more. But like, there's something about this powerful, angry dragon, but it also correlates so strongly with your heart. Maybe we can get a clarifier for that one. Spirit, can we please clarify this dragon card here, like this subconscious, getting to the root, subconscious healing? Why is there a dragon and a heart? Sort of, how do they make sense together? Two of Wands in reverse, and she's also holding up number 2 like that. That's interesting. Oh my god. Yeah, she's holding up 2 fingers. That's interesting. And there's also like a circular object here, and here. I feel like it's really you holding your personal power. The number 2 is alignment. You really have a lot of healing energy about you. A lot of mystical healing energy. You can really do something with that. You know what that is. Deep down, you know what that is. It's really those 2 sides of you and merging them into one. It's really like the dark and the light side of you and merging them into one. Not being afraid of that dark, angry energy, because really, like, it's not bad. It's not inherently bad. You know, it comes from a truth within your heart. There's something significant about this circular globe. Like, because we have it there too, behind her head. Can we please clarify this circular globe, Spirit? Like, what is that? We're like holding it, we're going towards it. Like, what is it? This is what we need to alchemize. It's like we're holding our own truth or something. So we have the King of Wands in reverse. There's so much wand energy, so much like spiritual power that you possess. I mean, like, we all have spiritual powers that we possess, but you hold a lot, and a lot of this is to do with your passion and your actual purpose. He's holding a fire as well. I don't know why it's so hard for you to tap into this energy and to like bring it to the light. I'm feeling like you may have to use your spiritual powers to bring it to the light. You may have to use a bit of woo-woo to tap into this. It's within you. You hold that power. You are capable of doing that. It doesn't have to be outside of you. You could get guidance from something outside of you. But I'm feeling like to really help heal and alchemize this part of you, this deep seated subconscious wound, shadow aspect, you have all these ideas like we've talked about, but you lack a clear plan. So you lack that purpose and you have little energy to move forward. Yeah, you're really struggling with your energy. Maybe you just feel fatigued all the time. That's another like subconscious, it's not subconscious, but it's like it's another blockage for you. You're just feeling so fatigued, like you're burnt out. You're burning yourself out, to be honest. Like you're doing this to yourself, running circles in your mind. You're really burning yourself out. Yeah, so spirit is saying, or sorry, not spirit, like I'm just looking at the guidebook for some extra clarity, and it says go back to your original idea and the energy and enthusiasm you initially felt. Let that guide you to the next step. Yeah, so that's like your original idea that you're holding on to. Let that guide you. Like there's definitely, you need to take action, and I understand that this is the whole subconscious block, and this is the reason like why you haven't been taking action. But you need to spark that fire somehow. Go back to that original idea and try and spark that fire. But as I said, like first it'll be tapping into this part of yourself that you're scared to tap into, this anger. Let off some steam. So for pile number 1, we want to see like what, I'm not using that. We want to see like what other healing modalities we can work with to really start to alchemize this stuck energy, this lack of personal power, fear of anger within themselves, this lack of drive, this fatigue. What healing modality can we use to begin to heal that for pile number 1, please? They're sticking out. We've got Ace of Air, Yarrow, and we'll get another one, please, Spirit. And we've got 5 of Air, so air energy again. 1 and 5. White Sage. I feel like sage is a really beneficial cleansing and healing tool for you. So if you're not using sage already, use that. It also looks like there's 3s written on here. 3, 3. 3 and 3 make 6. 6 is also about reflecting. So yeah, you need to reflect back on all those parts of yourself that are angry and see like what is angry, and maybe having like some sage to protect, if you feel like you need to protect your energy when you tap into that. Sage could be very beneficial for that. So pile number 1, I'm just googling this plant, this yarrow plant here, and I'm googling to see like what the health benefits are for it, to see if that will give you any more information on how you can use it to aid in your healing and to start healing this subconscious wound, or using it alongside, because you can't just use something like and be like, yeah, woo. Like you do need to do the dark shadow work of self. You do need to delve in and figure out what the fuck is making you so angry. You do need to delve in and find out like what are these subconscious wounds and beliefs that you hold that are not yours. So you do need to do that shadowy aspect of work. I'm sorry. But this may also help alongside that. So I'm just going to Google and let you know. Okay, so apparently you can have a yarrow tea, and it has a therapeutic benefit of healing your gut. So it would make total sense to me if you have gut issues, pile number one, because we have so much energy to do with our solar plexus, which is our powerhouse, which our solar plexus, if you don't know, sits under your diaphragm 3 inches above the navel. So it's the stomach. It correlates to the organs of the stomach. So it would make sense to me if you had a lot of gastrointestinal problems, like ulcers or irritable bowel syndrome or anything like that. Having this tea, and just to let you know, all these things that you have within your vessel are not the root cause of an issue. They are a symptom of a root subconscious block. All of those symptoms that you face are the reason. They are your body screaming at you. So while this may help and aid in that healing, it's not going to fix the actual root problem, but you can definitely have it alongside doing this work, and it's going to aid you tenfold. Okay, pile number one. And I've also correlated that these are beautiful white delicate flowers, and this is white sage. So the energy of white could really be helpful to you, even if you just envision yourself in white light whenever you feel scared. Whenever you start to do this work and you don't feel safe, envision yourself in white light and know you're surrounded by angels of 100% pure white light, love and protection. So there's also evidence of this yarrow medicine helping with anti-inflammatory conditions or just inflammation, so it helps to counteract that. Also inflammation in the neural system or whatever. Look, I've studied the body, I should know better, but this is what we're going with. So it also helps with increased hypertension, which is an increased heart rate, a higher than normal heart rate. It also says that it aids in the production of cortisol. So if you don't know, cortisol is what is released by your hormones when you are stressed in your life. And so the increase of stress can cause you to have depression and anxiety. And I know for me, depression and anxiety is a major thing that I struggle with, and I think most of us do. So yeah, this could really aid in that. Look, I would do your research, pile number one, if this interests you at all. Like, completely do your research and talk to your health. Talk to a nutritionist if you can, because I think that it has to be like prescribed for you. There could be a tea. You may find a tea just in your local shop or something like that. But again, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that's just a little bit of that. You can look into more of that on your own. But these things will definitely aid alongside this healing work that you have to do within. So pile number one, we're also going to see what goddesses and gods, I think it's just goddesses, yeah, which goddesses are guiding you. These are just, how do you describe it? Like a goddess, you know, there's gods, goddesses, archangels, angels. They're just like fragments of God himself, like the whole collective consciousness, so like Christ consciousness, and they just are an embodiment of that. They were once a physical embodiment of that, and they shared their knowledge and helped others to embody that too. So I just want to see what goddesses you have surrounding you that are guiding you, and who you can ask for more help and you can talk to and tap into when you're doing this healing work, and also like what messages they have to share with you. So goddesses of pile number one, we have Yemenia. So she encourages going out into the water, really grounding yourself, as we said. And also you probably really resonate with just going out and swimming in the water. How gorgeous is this card? And it says, important doors are opening for you now, walk through them. So stop being afraid. I know it's easier said than done. This is the whole reason why you're here. But yeah, try to stop being afraid and just really walk through those doors, pile number one. Like, you got to. So just, yeah. So she offers golden opportunities. So if you're ever feeling doubtful about new opportunities coming towards you, ask for Yamanya, Goddess Yamanya's help to allow you to have the confidence to walk through it. And also going out and swimming in the water is going to be definitely healing for you. It's something that helps heal you. You know that. Don't forget that. And then we also have Kali. I love Kali. Endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Exactly. This is all that we've been talking about. So we are releasing all those energies within us. And Kali is beautiful because she's very intuitive too. Kali is amazing to work with. I actually work with her as one of my goddess guides, and I think she's great, especially for us pile number 1, because I'm resonating with this pile too. She's amazing to work with. And look, there's a flower, so she'll help you blossom that flower that we talked about in the beginning. So she takes the dark energies within you, these shadow aspects of yourself. You ask her, that's why she's actually depicted with lots of arms, Kali is. And so you ask her, can you take these dark aspects of myself? She takes them and she transmutes them for you. She helps do that. So you can really sit with her and do a meditation with her. You can just talk to her, ask her. Like sometimes when I'm feeling completely like really shitty, I'll literally say like, Goddess Kali, please take this anxiety from me right now and please transmute it. Please take this negativity that I'm feeling right now and transmute it for me. Like, yeah, she really will help you open up into that flower energy that you are to really blossom. So, oh, hang on, what's happening here? So pile number 1, we're just going to get one more. We're going to get one more card now. And we're going to, okay, enchantments. This is the last remaining guidance that we have from our angels. It is enchantment, and it's so gorgeous. Has this horse, it's got stamina, and she's also magical. It's a unicorn horse. So yeah, just really like letting off that steam, like getting that anger out. We're really just depicting that as well, and following those intuitive guidances that you have of spiritual healing, because you are a healer in some way or another, pile number 1. And I know you know that. You need to be reminded, and you need to freaking go for it. So I'm going to read directly from the guidebook for that one. So let's see. Enchantment. Where are you? Okay. Card meaning. Recapture your childlike sense of wonder and awe. View the world as a magical place. Remember when you were a child and how magical the world seemed? The sense of enchantment is the spirit of our inner child. Somewhere along the way, did you lose that sense of wonder? The angels ask you to recapture your magical sense by remembering that a miraculous power surrounds you. Ask God and the angels to help you with anything, small or large. Don't worry. You aren't removing angels from more important tasks when you ask for their help with everyday situations. They truly want to support you so that you are free of your worries. In that way, you exude the joy and wonder of children who trust that they are taken care of. And when you are joyful, your divine light inspires everyone who sees you. Exactly. So your divine light that you have will inspire others that see you. Okay, pile number 1, I totally forgot that I wanted to do some charms. So I have this little tiny bowl of charms here, and I'm going to shuffle through those. So I have this tray. It's not pristine and clean, but yeah, like this is the only tray I had, so please don't judge me. Look, I had to take a lot of this in too, and look, just go for it. It doesn't have to be perfect, just go for it. So this is the tray that we're using, and just so you know, I'm going to close my eyes and then see what charms I will pick up for you. Oh my God, something dropped on the floor. Okay, something dropped. Okay, let's do a little bit more, just for fun. Oh my God, I have a sense. I have a spidey sense. Okay, so first of all, this screw is sticking up. Just sticking straight out. It's like, screw you. Screw fucking you. Yes. Tap into that energy. Confirmation. Got a couple of, people that screwed you over, and you just need to release that energy. Not on them. Okay. And Mike Wazowski comes out, and he's just so cute. And I think Mike Wazowski just really reminds you to tap into that childlike energy, which is what the last angel guiding card talked about. And it's also green, so that childlike energy just comes straight from the heart. So remember what inspired you as a child and go for that. A lot of your passion drives within there. And yes, so we have Mike Wazowski. What else do we want to... We have this disco thing that fell on the floor. I don't really know how to depict that, to be honest. But I feel like, there's you get past these shadow aspects of yourself, and you really are the life of the party. Like, your life really can be a disco. And I feel like in a lot of ways it is, but you're so held up in this emotional state of being. Sorry, this light is just turned off because I think it's overheating. You're just caught up in this emotional state of being that you don't realize how fun your life is, or how much more fun it can be, because you really hold that potential to have a disco-like sort of energy about you. We also have this, and to me it just reminds me of coins and getting the bag and money. So I feel like, yeah, like you have wealth coming to you, pile number one, and that's in following your passions. So we have like this as well, as reminding me of solar plexus energy, and it has the flower symbol as well. So blooming this energy, this solar plexus energy, tapping into that childlike energy, unscrewing the anger within you. And this is going to allow you to follow your passions, which are very healing in nature, very intuitive with the white heart that we have here. Very healing, very intuitive, and that's going to bring in money. That's actually going to bring in money. Then we have the two hearts here, two red hearts here. So I feel like don't give up on love is what I'm hearing. I'm laughing because I relate to that. It might not be now. Look, you've got some healing to do, okay, pile number one? So I know you're impatient, but look, don't give up on love. It's still coming. And also remember to ground your energy by going into the ocean or whatnot. I know you've been trying to, but keep doing that. Yeah, we have blue, this fish, go into the ocean, as I just said, ground your energy. And then we have this dragonfly, which I'm pretty sure dragonflies resemble... Oh my god, you know what, that light's just going to stay off because it's obviously overheating. So dragonflies resemble, I think, new beginnings and prosperity. Like, you're going to become this dragonfly. This is you. So yeah, look up the spiritual meaning of a dragonfly. I could do it, but this reading's been going on for 10,000 years. So that is everything that I have for you now, group number one. I hope this really helped, and I wish you all the luck. And don't be afraid of your shadow aspect of yourself. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. You are protected. Okay, I love you and goodbye. Hello, pile number two, and welcome to your reading. This reading is for those of you that chose the beautiful rose quartz turtle here. You're so cute. Listen, so cute. And the reason you may have felt called to this crystal, if you're practicing a lot of self-care at the moment, or you're kind of romantically involved with someone, or romance is at the forefront of your life at the moment, or your current energy. So that's what I was initially picking up for you, pile number 2. And actually, just before I started the reading, I was just, because that music I have on the background is a channel that I really love, and it's a beautiful couple, and they just make this music together, this healing music. And I was just getting distracted by them and just like staring at them play the music and just smiling and just like feeling those feelings of love. So yeah, pile number 2, I feel like that is at the forefront of your energy at the moment. I'm sure you have some shadow aspects, of course, to dive into, but at the moment you've got rose tinted glasses on, so we'll put this one aside for now, because I shuffled that as well with a different deck while I was trying to tap into your energy. Yeah. So we have the full moon in Gemini. So embrace the flow of life. Yes. I feel like at the moment, pile number 2, you are really just going with the flow of life. Oh my god, it looks like there's an alien, like an alien face. Look at that. Can you guys see that? I hope that's focusing. Literally looks like an alien face in the clouds. Anyway, we'll get back into that later, but that is so weird. Maybe you have met a divine partner and you guys pray together, like you've met your spiritual / religious match in love. And honestly, that is just so beautiful, pile number 2. Jealous isn't the right word, but it's like, oh my goodness, I can't wait till I meet my spiritual and religious match one day, and we can like heal the world together and just, yeah. So I'm picking up that energy. I don't know, maybe you guys have been together for a while. I am picking up a sort of fresh energy though, so even if you have been together with this person for a while, it's like there is such a freshness within your relationship, because you two are forever evolving and just, yeah, transforming into this newer versions of yourselves, and you're doing it together. And so I really feel like there's this fresh energy in the face of love. That's for those who have been together with their person for a while, or this is just someone who's literally recently, and I say recently, like that could be even a few weeks, a couple months, that's still recent to me. Yeah, and they are a beautiful match for you, and you are embracing the flow of that love in your life. The full moon also is, what does the full moon do? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, so full moon is all about releasing old energies and bringing old energies to the light. I feel like pile number 2, you've done a lot of that healing, and with that alien in the sky, maybe some of you have like tapped into how do you say it? No girl, just stop. Extraterrestrial, is that the I don't know. But yeah, maybe some of you are tapping into that, or you're really interested about like sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. Maybe like at the moment you're just really interested in that stuff, and you're watching like all these like on the moon landing shit right now or something like that. Just you're getting really deep into like what the hell's going on in the universe out there, like that, like there's some other shit going on. I feel like you're really investigating that at the moment. That's another energy I'm picking up. But I'm gonna get some more cards for you guys. I'm just gonna have a sip of water. And maybe you're just like really loving delving into this topic too. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna get some, oh, excuse me, pile number 2. So yeah, there is a breakdown of the readings. So this first part is a breakdown of your current energy. So yeah, so all the collective consciousness who chose pile number 2, can I please get some further insight into their current energy at the moment, please, Spirit? I feel like that was relevant for some reason. It like jumped. So we have new moon in Leo. New moon in Leo. Shine. You're feeling pretty bold, pretty confident at the moment, I would say. Group number 2. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm just like, can I be you? Because if you just watch group number 1, it feels like pile number 1, this is the other, already I'm just feeling like this is the other side of pile number 1. Like this is the potential of pile number 1 in pile number 2. Anyway, that was just a weird side note. Yeah, so new moon in Leo. You know, it's really interesting that we have a full moon in Gemini and then a new moon in Leo. I don't know a whole heap about the zodiac signs. I'm really sorry. I only really get to know deeper the ones that I interact with personally in my life a bit closer. So I've had lots of interactions with Leo. Sorry, I was just excuse me, I was just burping. I have lots of evidence about how Leos work. However, Gemini, not so much. I don't even know if I know any Geminis, so I'm really sorry to my Geminis. You know what, let me just do, I feel like this is relevant, so let me just try to do a quick little searchy search, okay? First of all, what I'm picking up is if you are in relation with someone at the moment, they are a perfect, beautiful mirror of you. And I think that you have both been shown that. So what I read was Gemini, you know, has 2 sides to them, the light and the dark. And I find that really ironic that we have the full moon, which is in the light, and the new moon, which is in the dark. So because we're picking up on your current energy, Gemini, I feel like you really are in a beautiful place right now with the positive, and I say in that quotations because what is negative, what is positive? It just is, right? Oh, it's so complex. Honestly, I'm not even going to get into that right now because it's all paradoxal and it's quite confusing, really. Which actually, I feel like you're very philosophical and you try and work out things and then you find a lot of things are paradoxical, if that's the word. I don't even know at this point. I think that I'm a scientist and I'm not. I've lost my train of thought now because I'm picking up chaotic energy from you. And I think I was reading that Gemini can be very impulsive, but that's like a shadow aspect side of things. Okay, yeah, so Gemini is very energetic. Your energy. Yes, I feel like you are cultivating the more positive traits of a Gemini, which are very adaptive. Sorry, I'm yawning. I don't even know why. Oh my gosh, pile 2, I feel sorry for you right now, me doing this reading. God, I feel a little bit scatterbrained. This is a lot of high energy from Gemini and Leo. I think, yeah, another thing that I read was for Geminis, it's very hard for, so if you have this, even if you're not a sun, moon or rising, or you have Gemini in your chart somewhere, you could just really resonate with the energy that a person of a Gemini brings. But what I read was it can be more difficult for someone with Gemini energy to balance their light and dark sides. It's a lot more challenging because they very much have 2 set sides. So it can be hard to bring those into balance with one another. Yeah, but new moon in Leo, because it's the new moon, I feel like there's more shadowy aspects of you in regards to the Leo type energy. So deep down, you could be dealing with like a lot of insecurity. Maybe you're comparing yourself to other people at the moment. You're comparing like your worth compared to theirs, but you can't really compare that. But yeah, I feel like that's the type of energy I'm picking up. You could be coming across to people as very like vain or arrogant, and because of that, deep down maybe feeling insecure because you're delving more into the shadow aspects of a Leo. You just feel that you need compliments in order to build your self-esteem. Now this may not resonate with everybody, and I feel weird saying it because I don't really want Leos to come at me and be like, you don't even know what a Leo is, how dare you. I've dealt with quite a few Leos in my life, and I've dealt with both the positive and the negative aspects of a Leo. So pile number 2, I am picking up sort of that, and then I guess in that I'm picking up maybe denial, or you don't want to admit that. See, sometimes I feel like there can be a lot of arrogance when it comes to the shadow aspects of a Leo, so they often don't want to admit their shortcomings. They often don't want to admit when they're wrong, and I think deep down they're just scared and they're hurt, and they just don't want to admit that they are, and that they are feeling very insecure, or they have some insecurities underneath. Yeah, so if that sounds like you, then look, we're gonna delve into it, don't you worry. You hide your sensitivity. Yes. Okay, so I guess we're having some troubles with that side of things. Anyway, we're gonna get another card. So Spirit, please give me a more insight into the current energy of pile number 2, the collective reading. So we also have the new moon in Virgo. Oh my gosh. Okay. Underneath, oh my gosh. I'm just trying to put the cards away, guys. Don't mind me. So, okay, new moon in Virgo. So underneath this love bubble, this flowy, adaptive, energetic, fun energy, there's definitely some dark sides to you, pile number 2, and yeah, you're definitely ready to alchemize that, and I can feel that energy from you, pile number, sorry, the feather's just gonna be there. Trust all will be well. Right. It's interesting that we have like the moons. I'm just so like, wow, this is full on, and you're very intense. You're a very intense person. You don't do things half-assed, that's for damn sure. Like it's all or nothing for you. That's what I'm hearing. Whether that be, you know, your dark side or your light side, it's all or nothing. So again, I don't know much about Virgo. I really need to get to know all of my star signs, but honestly, I'm not an astrologer. I don't know why I picked these cards then. Maybe I was feeling adaptive. Yeah, I think maybe there's sometimes you question yourself, like, why am I doing this? But then you're just like already balls down deep in it. So you're like, okay, well, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna read again up on Virgo and see what comes up there. You know, I could be wrong, but it's also funny how all of these signs are really, I think they're like next to each other in the chart. I literally think they are. I could be wrong, astrologers or anyone who knows, like, correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure they're like all next to each other. It literally goes Gemini, Leo, Virgo, or Gemini is a couple above, but they're still really close energies, especially Leo and Virgo. Maybe you can tend to overthink things, and I mean overthink things in the way of like analytically speaking. You're very intelligent, don't get it twisted. Clearly you are, because you are intelligent, because that's why you're delving into like philosophical topics like, you know, these aliens and who controls the world and all this stuff, all this crap outside of us. It's really interesting to you. But I do feel like, yeah, new moon, okay, you can be quite analytical in other parts of your life. So even if that's towards yourself, like you can be quite skeptical and cold and interfering. Look, I'm really sorry, pal number 2, if you feel incredibly outed right now, or if you're just like, no, that's not me. That could also be the energy of group number 2. Sorry, not group number 2, this card number 2 here, because I find the shadow aspect of Leo does deny a little bit. So I am really sorry if you do feel outed. I'm not trying to be a biatch, I promise. I'm just like reading what I see, and right now, like, what I see is there's such strong dark or negative energies of Leo that you have and Virgo that you have, and these are the qualities that we need to bring up to the surface to alchemize. And I know that you want that, and I know that you're intelligent enough, and you've studied, you've looked at it analytically, but maybe you don't know how to do it like in theory. You're like, okay, I can do this, and maybe there is some practice, like I said, like you are praying, or you're whatever you do to, you know, find comfort in your own faith. You definitely do that. I say the word pray, but that could definitely mean something else. That could be meditating, that could just be like talking to yourself out loud, but you're actually talking to a higher entity or something like that. That's your idea of praying. So yeah, definitely know that I'm not just out here outing you, and I think like you sort of know this about yourself anyway. Like I said, you've pretty much written essays on yourself. You're just very much that type, it seems. The next step of this is we're going to start looking into the shadow aspects of self. We're going to go a little bit deeper. So we've sort of started tapping into that. And this is the card that I pulled earlier. So we have Dreaming Heart. So again, it's to do with the heart. So like in love, sorry, should I say? It's again to do with love. So it's definitely picking up that love energy. I feel like you're holding at the moment, there's a lot of faith that you have around this newfound love. Like I said, you can still be with that partner for a long time, but it feels fresh. I feel like you have come to this place of light in your life, and you know, it feels perfect in this aspect. But yeah, there is that side of you, as I said, that you really do want to alchemize, and you want to be independent too and do it yourself as well. That's also like, I think, the shadow aspects of these two signs. And just know, like, have you been open with your, because your partner is a perfect mirror, and maybe they have seen these shadow aspects of yourself, and maybe you deny them if they bring it up, or maybe you feel uncomfortable about showing those sides of yourself to your human mirror that you have, of fear of judgment. And that's totally normal, pile number 2. But I really feel like this mirroring person in your life could really help benefit benefit you in alchemizing these shadow aspects of yourself, because while there's parts of you that really want to deny these shadow aspects of self, even if deep down there's a twinkle that goes, oh yeah, I am like that, and you don't love being that way, but I feel like sometimes you think that you have to be that way, you have to be cold, you have to be direct, you have to be analytical, you've got to overthink things, but you don't have to, and more flow in other areas of your life, as well as the love, this fresh love that you're cultivating. Anyway, I kind of was going to get on to repeating everything again, like this energy is over analytical, so you are repeating things in your mind over and over again. But anyway, dreaming heart. Yeah, so okay, we're gonna get a little bit more clarity on these shadow aspects of pile number 2, please, Spirit. Let's dive a little bit deeper. I feel like that wanted to come out. So, meditation. Okay. Can you please clarify this meditation card, Spirit, for subconscious shadow aspects of the collective energy of pile number 2? Can you please clarify them? That's way too many. Can you please clarify the meditation? Like, what do you mean by that? Okay, we have 2 here. Wow, I'm in love with these cards. Oh my goddess, look at that. That is heavenly. I love the female body, it's just so gorgeous. Okay, so we have Luna. Again, another full moon, Luna. And then we have Blue Angel. That is very interesting. Spirit's just coming through with some random advice now. I guess we're tapping into advice. But I'm hearing that meditation will really help you to bring light to these shadow aspects of yourself. So really meditating on them, maybe even doing some shadow work. I'm hearing shadow work meditation, and it really will bring those shadow aspects of self to the light. I feel like for some of you, you could have a block in business. If you are running your own business or you're trying to, there could be some blocks in that area too, because Leo is really good with that type of stuff. They're really good at, you know, they want to have their own success. They're very driven. But you could have those blocks in business due to those feelings of arrogance or insecurity, or just lack of adaptivity, because you think that maybe things all have to be your way or the highway. Like, no, my way works, I know, but you know, light aspect of Virgo encourages adaptability, and that's what's really going to help you, Leo, to blossom. You don't have to overthink things that aren't relevant. Yeah, meditation is really going to help with your overthinking. You need to calm, you need to cool it. These shadow aspects can be very intense. It's fine. You know, we all get angry. It's a normal human emotion. We all get cold and callous, but I do feel like you just need to cool it. Like, there's a lot of blue, cooling, calming energy. Maybe you can get quite hot-headed, and you know that. Quite stubborn, possibly. Just more like I'm not trying to out you, I swear to goodness, pile 2, but if you're going to listen to anyone, listen to a pair of talking hands on the internet, because it seems like at the moment you're not taking advice from, or you're not listening to your partner who's trying to bring those shadow aspects into the light, and because maybe you feel offended and hurt, and like you're so in love, but you're so blindsided by, you don't want to acknowledge the dark sides, you just wish they would go away. But like, you know how intense you are. You're intense with everything, and that's beautiful. You're intense with your love, you're intense with your study, or whatever is interesting you at the moment. To me, it's very intriguing. I want to know what you're like delving into, so please let me know in the comments, and let me know your discoveries and your conspiracies, or is it conspiracies? I never know. I always F it up. I'm the queen of pronouncing words wrong, and my friends love me for it. Maybe these parts of yourself deep, even further down, if we get past like the denial and the arrogance and the overthinking and the being all like, no, we get further down, and maybe you're actually feeling quite like depressed, quite sad, quite tired of these parts of yourself that are so strong-headed, and they have potential to be so incredibly powerful for you, so incredibly helpful for your business endeavors, and for alchemizing to higher heights that you want to go to. But yeah, like deep even further down, you're actually really sad. You feel a little empty in those aspects of your life. So maybe you feel a little empty within your career at the moment, or whatever work that you're doing. Okie dokie. Well, I think that I'm going to use some tarot cards now to clarify this energy a little bit more. So let's dive deeper into the more deeper subconscious layers of the collective energy for pile number 2, please, Spirit. What's underneath this sadness? What's underneath this anger and stubbornness? We have the King of Pentacles in reverse, and I'm just going to pop that here. The King of Pentacles in... Oh, you know what? I'm going to take y'all. King of Pentacles in reverse, we have the King of Wands. So there's so much king energy here. The King of Wands. These are actually the same cards that pile number 1 got. So it's like opposite sort of energy. That's so interesting. And then we have a King of Pentacles. Hang on. Oh, that's the Knight of Pentacles. Did I say Knight or did I say King? I don't know. Anyway, that's the Knight of Pentacles. Then we have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Wow. You kind of want to come out, do you? The Moon. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Stop it. It's so funny because the energy of this spread is definitely like polar opposite. So we're seeing the light side of you in love, and we're seeing this negative shadow aspect of yourself over here, and I find that really just interesting. So we have the Moon, and once again there's 2 wolves, and yeah, to me it's just that mirroring love energy. Like whoever this person is in your life, maybe this is truly beautiful at the moment. You definitely are both like alchemizing things together. You both definitely have that mirroring energy, and you're both incredibly ruled by the Moon, I would say. And yeah, you just both have that yin yang energy together. Like we have the Moon and the Sun together there. This can be really helpful for you. I feel like this person is the mirror into yourself, and I feel like that you need to put the stubbornness down for a second, and you need to allow yourself to be vulnerable in that aspect, in regards to your shadow aspects, to your divine partner countership, because you know that they're not judging you. And if you don't know it, then let this be your confirmation. Deep down, they're not judging you. They want you to rise up as much as you want you both to rise up. So this could be really helpful in alchemizing these parts of yourself. And I feel like because you've done so much healing work and following your own light, in a sense, you've really followed your own light into that pathway. You have been blessed with a divine countership, I don't know, and like that is giving you the most beautiful opportunity to expand your consciousness that much more, to get past. See, you're already gotten past this layer on your own, but the next layer, you need to have a divine partnership. The next part, you can't do it alone, and so you need someone who's going to be completely honest with you, and they are willing to be, but are you willing to listen non-reactively and understanding that they're coming from a place of love? And because we want to get to the bottom of this, and like, you're not dumb, pile number 2. Like, you already know, okay? So stop pretending and let's just do the work. I'm also getting like a hint of self-doubt in your own creative projects, in your own business, or whatever that this is. There is some doubt creeping in. Once again, that comes from your deep rooted insecurity, pile number 2, because I'm feeling quite hesitant, and then I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to read these cards. I feel like you have a strong inner critic. And that is because Leo and Virgo are so intense. So is Gemini. And I feel like just that cold and interfering and an energy of independence in the shadow aspect is coming out. And I feel like there's a strong inner critic of you and your own ideas of ambition, like very much career, or even other things. Like, even if you're like I feel like they're physical manifestations, even like in ways of getting money, or like anything, really, anything you're creating. Like, if you, I don't know, if you're like in a band or something, and you make the music, and you're really like struggling to make the music, and you're just like, I can do it, I can do it, and then you're like overcritical. There's that inner critic is very strong for you, and then deep down you're like really sad. You're actually really sad, and I'm like sad that you're really sad, pile 2. There's a lot of sad boys around here, but just know that it's going to be okay. You have someone solid here for you, and that's so important in this time at the moment. This doesn't also have to be just romantic, like it can be platonic as well. It can be a best friendship. I did say romantic, but it can be a best friendship. It can be a sister, a brother, a mother, anything like that. But just someone that you feel very mirrored with, someone that you feel deeply connected with, that you do a lot of healing work with together. Inner critic, a lot of doubt. I feel like maybe you don't know how to balance your magical essence with your practical essence. Okay, so we're talking about like ambitious things. I was saying I feel like it's hard for you to balance the two. I was reading up on the Virgo aspects, shadow aspects again, and it was saying like Virgos can achieve their goals more easily and achieve them properly if they allow more patience, and allow things to get messy from time to time. You don't like when things get messy. You don't like that. Your emotions feel messy to you. I'm not talking about like love or whatever this partnership is. Maybe even this in itself isn't based purely off emotion. It's just a very logical pairing to you. Like I said, you're very intelligent, but you're still alchemizing together. And you do feel love in your heart. Like, that's your version of love, and that's completely, like, everyone has different ways that they share and experience love. Yeah, you don't like when things annoy you, when things get in your way. You just want to like be able to do it. You don't like things to get messy. You're just wanting to get straight to the point. And I feel that you just want to be perfect. You just want to look good. You just want your business to look good. You just want whatever you're alchemizing, you're creating to be perfect, to look good, and you want that praise. You don't want things to get messy, because deep down emotions are messy. So under all that harsh exterior and that stern exterior and that denial and over criticism and analytical thinking, you don't want to feel the feels. You don't want to feel the feels. They creep up on you. They're like, they creep up at you in the night. They creep up at you on a full moon, on a new moon, and you wonder why you go a little crazy every 2 weeks. You wonder why. No, you get a little sad. You get a little depressy every 2 weeks or every month. Well, that's why, because there is a lot of sadness, and you don't want to feel the feels. You're like separating things. You're separating like this aspect of your life and then this aspect of your life, and then you're not even letting anybody know about the sadness. You don't have to let anybody know. It helps, but you don't have to. But you need to feel the feels either way. You need to feel the feels, because that's how we're gonna untap. So, spirit, can we please? No, that's rude. Can we please clarify this energy a little bit more? See, I'm pretty sure this one's like you have the vision in mind. You have a vision in mind, but you just don't exactly have a proper plan. And you do, but you're overthinking it. And you're being stubborn. Honestly, stop being stubborn, pile number 2. I'm going to call you out. So please, can we clarify this energy of the inner sadness, this deeper subconscious 7 of Wands? Oh, you're like trying to put the fire out. You're like, no. Your feelings are coming up to poke you in the ass, and you're like, no, no, thank you. Oh, hell no. I'm sorry. I'm just going off on a tangent. Yeah, you're like, no way, Jose. I'm not feeling the feels. You put that shit to the side. Pile number 2, you've got to. A part of you alchemizing these parts of yourself is there's a deeper part of yourself that's sad. So in the tarot book here for the Knight of Pentacles, it says you may be acting impulsively, trying to accomplish everything at once. This may be working in the short term, but long term you could end up burning yourself out or not achieving your goals. You need to be constructive channel and let this energy build up. Yeah, patience. We need more patience instead of yeah. You're really going in with this project, and you're like going full steam ahead. I do feel like you need to slow down. I do feel like you need to feel your feels. I do feel like, as we talked about with the Virgo, like, don't be impatient. Calm down, slow down. It's all gonna happen. Just like this happened when it was supposed to happen. You know, the moon, she works on her own time. She's not gonna hurry up and be a full moon just because you overanalyzed and put in more hard yards and wore yourself out more. Like, no, she's still going to be a full moon every month. Like, she works on her divine timing, and she releases and let goes and goes through the phases that she needs to go through. And I feel like clearly there's been a phase that you've been denying, and that's this deep sadness. And I want to know, like, where this deep sadness comes from. And perhaps it doesn't matter, perhaps it's not for me to know. And I think if you sat down in meditation, you would discover these parts of yourself and do the shadow work. You would discover these parts of yourself that are sad, and you would find out where they stem from. You are a visionary leader, ready to lead your team towards a common goal. Others gravitate towards you because you are charismatic, focused, and determined. You play the social game to make things happen. That's perfectly a Leo. That literally describes a Leo. So you've got that. You do have that in you. That side of you comes out, but you also, so much of this. Yeah. It's the deep under sadness. Yeah, you don't want to feel the feels. You also feel very protective. And maybe you do have to protect your legacy because you are starting to build a legacy here. You're a visionary. You're amazing. You're analytical. You're ambitious. You're smart. You're confident. You're sociable. But maybe you're a little paranoid, if I'm being quite frank. I think, is it Gemini or is it one of them? Their shadow aspect is being paranoid. So maybe you're, excuse me, sir. Okay, they don't want to get back in there, so I was kind of asking in my head, or I was going to ask, but time is irrelevant. Wait, now I'm like, were these reversed? Oh, well, I was going to put them this way. I was going to ask to clarify or to, get a little bit deeper into this sadness, like what it is. So we have the 7 of Pentacles. So number 7 is really significant for you. And these are upside in reverse. So I think I'm going to keep them that way. But I'm just going to look at them. So you have, 7 Pentacles in reverse. So number 7 is really significant for you. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles also in reverse. Yeah, so as I said, pile number 2, 7 can be an important number for you. 7 is usually like there's good fortune or good luck coming in. And I feel like you have worked hard to receive that. And you are going to receive that. But yeah, there is a push to be more patient and to slow down in those aspects because you don't really want to risk it too much. Like you already have people that are envious of your position. You have worked hard for it, so whatever, they can think what they want to think. Maybe you also feel alone because you feel like you can't really trust anybody, and that's why you feel sad a little bit. You feel like people just put their hands out to beg from you because of the hard work that you're putting in. But there are really people who want to team up with you and who want to be a team player, and like I said, can bring you to that truer potential. Like Leo has so many great characteristics that make you sociable and make you a team player instead of being that arrogant boss type sort of energy. And within that there's a lot of loyalty, and people then devote their loyalty to you as well. Pile number 2, I feel like it's not for me to sort of delve really deep into like what these deep rooted sad feelings are, but I know that there is a lot of underlying depression, and that is really for you to figure out for yourself. You're not letting me in, and I feel like it's possibly because some of these were just really, really dark, terrible times in your past that maybe you just are very private to you, and that's understandable, but you do need to feel the feelings that came along with those moments years ago, or even if they weren't years ago, because they will always forever be within you until you release them. And in order to do so, that really will make you shine and really will bring in this good fortune and will really help with the divine timing of whatever this creative project or booming business or whatever it is that you are cultivating at the moment. Okay, so just reading in the book here for 6 of Pentacles, you may be unwilling to invest in yourself instead of choosing to give all your financial resources to others. Maybe you've been too grandiose, if that's the word, like you've been too generous to these people, or even you're putting so much money towards this creative project or this avenue, and that's great, like you need to do that, but maybe you're scared to like give yourself a little. But trust me, giving yourself a little will go a long way. It's okay to spend a little cash on yourself as a reward or an expression of self-love. You really need that self-love of yourself because you're so critical. You're so critical, pile number 2. You're willing to have this love and give your love and heart to another, but you're not willing to do it for yourself. This is the mirroring energy that we talk about. Yeah, you're overthinking. You're questioning whether you've invested your time into the right projects and if you will be adequately rewarded. You may feel frustrated or impatient, wanting instant results. Exactly what we were just talking about. Like, you need to be patient, you need to calm down, you need to meditate, you need to take a step back, you need to give yourself a little self-love, you need to give yourself some self-love in allowing yourself to feel your feels and be sad about what is truly making you sad. We're still like, we're getting closer, but I don't think that we're going to get to the bottom of it. I think this is something that you have to do for yourself. And I mean, I'm just tapping into the collective energy, so it's very hard, you know. I'm not personalizing this reading, but there is a deep sadness, and on top of that there's this overthinking and all these things we talked about, and like meditating will help you get to the bottom of that and to really bring them towards the light, and so that you can really have more of these beautiful positive aspects that Leo energy brings and that Virgo energy brings. So we're gonna look at like, how can we, Spirit, how can pile number 2, how can we begin to alchemize and heal these shadow aspects of ourselves? How can we begin to delve into this deep sadness? And I just kind of threw those, but anyway. So we have the rooster and we have the dog. It's interesting that they're both, I don't know, to me they're both similar animals. Like, they are animals that can fly but can't really fly that much. Like, when you go to a farm, they have usually chickens and ducks, you know, they have both. But I'm finding it funny that roosters are very earth energy, and ducks are too, but they love the water, you know, they love the water. And it's interesting too that the duck is in the water under a full moon light, so there is definitely a lot of moon energy within your reading, pile number 2. And I'm feeling like you really need to express and embody this side of you, this darkness, this sadness, this depth, this watery emotion that's ruled by the moon. It needs to be alchemized to the light. Look how this girl, she's very like, she has accessories, and they're like, she's not afraid to just really be bold with that. So yeah, you definitely need to feel these watery emotions, this sadness. I mean, I've said it that many times, it's probably annoying at this point. But maybe, like, you know how a rooster just pecks and pecks sometimes at the same spot? Maybe like you need to stop scratching and pecking at the same spot that you always do in order to delve deeper within yourself. You know, like ducks venture out into the water. Picturing like maybe you just need to be in tranquility with yourself as well. Like, being in a large body of water and just floating can be very tranquil. I don't know, like this could be, I'm hearing like, yeah, you're just floating in a lake under the moonlight. I mean, you could be honestly scared of like some weird creature eating you, but like aside from that, very tranquil. And I feel like a lot of answers, and like you would just allow the emotions to flow out of you, like your tears would just roll into the water, and that would be a big release. There's definitely these two sides of you. You're definitely struggling to bring them together. You know, like the rooster is so loud, so, you know, he's the boss man, he's the cock-a-doodle-doo, wake up. And he's facing this opposite way. And then the duck is facing the opposite way. But then we have like this other little duck that's kind of like, oh, hang on. Let's go this way. So I feel like, yeah, there is that part of you. We know that we need to balance them and bring them together. We know that. So I guess I want to just get some more clarity on like how pile number 2, I always say we, but it's good because I feel like it's like, yeah, we're in this together. So how can pile number 2 alchemize this sadness? How can pile number 2 bring balance for those both intense sides of themselves? I feel like you really avoid your feelings. Pile number 2, this is so bad. These cards are not wanting to come out. You just like avoid your feelings. I know that we've been doing that, but I'm sorry, sunshine, but it's time to not avoid our feelings now. Now is not the time to do that. So I was just moving these up because I thought that it wasn't in the frame. I can't really see, so I don't even know. But I'm just gonna assume that it is and hope for the best. Yeah, pile number 2, please. We need to feel our feels. Come on, give me something for group number 2. How can we feel these feels? How can we feel these deep emotions? How can we release them? How can we bring into balance that part of ourselves? We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Honestly, pile number 2, your reading is giving me a headache because I just can't figure it out. And I feel like this is where you've been at. Like you're just being overthinking and being like skeptical and then like analyzing. Queen of Pentacles. So now we have this Queen energy in reverse. Anyway, we had King energy over here, and now we have Queen energy down below. Well, if we're speaking queens, women, they're more like feminine energy, I should say, is very emotional. It doesn't matter about being a man or a guy or a gal. Feminine energy is very emotional. It's more intuitive. It's more feeling. So there's definitely a need to tap more into that feminine side of things. Yes, the feeling side of things. You're so masculine. You're so logical and driven, and that's great. But you need to balance. You need to balance the feminine with the masculine. Yeah, so I'm feeling like you need to nurture yourself in ways that allow that soft side of you to emanate and to come out. Maybe you should, because I see like there's a cat and there's a bunny rabbit. So I'm hearing maybe like spending some more time with animals will really help get that feminine side out of you, pile number 2, and allow you to sit and tap into more of your emotional side. So if you don't have any pets, maybe seek out other people have pets. Or maybe go to like a little sanctuary or like a rescue place or something. I don't know, somewhere where you're like able to just play with the pets all day, play with the cats, play with the bunnies, and just really like let that soft side of you come out. And that will be a gateway to letting this sadness come out, because I feel like you're just so tough, you're so toughened, you're so hardened, and maybe you're not going to get straight to those sad feels to begin with. Maybe that's why I'm struggling. Maybe you need to tap more into your softer side just in general, and that's going to be a process, and that's why we need to trust the divine timing, and that's why we need to be patient and allow things to grow into fruition as they're supposed to, because you are doing a lot of work. You're going to see it through. That's inevitable, but don't push, because you may push for something before you're even ready. Because if you push for something and you get there and then you're not even ready, and underneath it all you have this bubbling feeling and you don't even know it's bubbling, and then people provoke you, you're going to crash and burn to the ground. Your creative projects are going to crash and burn to the ground, and you're going to be like, what the actual F? So please be patient, please trust. And there is this, you need to get past these feelings before you can really do so. And it's so beneficial for you. So yeah, just before we can even get into the sad feely feels, I think this is what we need to focus on a little bit more. And that's probably why I wasn't getting much over here, which makes total sense. Yeah, but you just need to start tapping into that softer side of you. Go out and play with some animals and flowers. Go out and sniff the roses, like actual. Go out and smell the flowers. So what else can we do, Spirit? Can pile number 2 do to help bring out that more feminine, soft side of themselves? What suggestions do you have? Oh my god, that scared me. Literally, as I pulled this, the biggest, fattest cricket I've ever seen in my whole life just like fell from the ceiling somewhere, and he's just crawling around on the floor. I don't even know if this was reversed. I'm too busy looking at the cricket because now I'm thinking like, why the hell? I'm low-key a little bit scared. Okay, it's low-key like really creepy looking, and it's massive, and I'm low-key really scared. So like if it starts flying around, I will scream. And I feel like this is a beautiful analogy or metaphor for like you feeling your feelings. It's like you probably feel like you're just gonna drop from the roof, and like it's gonna be really scary, and you're just gonna scream, and it's creepy, and you don't want to deal with it. But you have to. I'm also gonna look up the meaning of a cricket, and I'm keeping my eye on it because I'm scared. Ah! Oh my god, stop. Okay, that was literally so weird. That was like the biggest, creepiest cricket I've ever seen. And then like it kept like jump flying, and then I went to follow it to see like where it went. And I also went to shut my door because I didn't want it in my room while I'm trying to sleep later tonight. And then I like was watching it, and it like jump flew down the stairs, and then it vanished. Like I was expecting it to be down the next step because I was watching it go down, and then it literally like jump flew around like my stairs, like a corner sort of. So it like jump flew around the corner of the stair, and then it literally vanished. And it didn't go downstairs because there's a cabinet in the way. So I don't know, to me that's like a weird metaphor of like like if you just delve into this, these feelings, you'll release them, and so much tension will just ease away. So much of this problematic part of you, and I do that because, you know, will just drop away. So here we have the 2 of Cups, and I don't know if it was in reverse or if it was upright, but again we have that beautiful mirroring energy. Wow, it's so beautiful. Like the pair of you, whoever you are, you just work so incredibly well together, and you balance each other out. And I know that this partner, whoever it is, will be able to help you drop into your soft feminine side, and they have no problem picking up the slack in a more masculine way. You know, they will allow you to be soft in ways you didn't think you could be soft before, and you know, they can help encourage it because they see the hard aspects of you more clearly than probably you do. And in a sense, you know, they have an outside perspective of it. So I'm just going to look at the spiritual meaning of a cricket. Yeah, so I don't know if you can hear me, pile number 2, but I'm just reading, and it says a cricket dream. Oh, this is a dream, same difference. A cricket usually represents introspection. Therefore, you must look inward to find your answers. In any case, you will also need to go inward to release old emotional baggage. In other words, the vision is giving you guidance. Sorry, seeing a cricket is giving you guidance in the resolution of a current impasse. Oh my god, I can literally hear the cricket. That's so funny. It literally says, if you can hear these insects, it suggests that you are allowing minor things to bother you. Similarly, you must go inward to find the irritation to resolve it. Moreover, if this insect is leaping in your vision, in your sight, that you are moving forward spiritually in leaps and bounds right now. And we know that. That's so funny. I can literally hear the cricket screaming. Like it just went off like 5 times. And like just me reading that now saying, you allow something minor to get to you, to bother you. So you need to go within to find the irritation to resolve it. So that's like here. But then deeper than that is this feely feels, which we understood that. But then also know that the cricket spirit also brings in a lot of good luck and fortune. So you're leaping into the right direction. So that's a beautiful sign from that spirit. I'm just gonna see if I can find him again, where he's coming from. That was just so fucking random. It literally just jumped in and jumped out. It literally fell from the air vent in my roof. So yeah, expect some kind of just mass wealth or good luck or something prosperous just to fall into your lap soon, pile number 2. But maybe before that happens, you might have to open yourself up to that soft energy, because the feminine is much about receiving. Masculine energy is about doing, getting, having, achieving. So in order for that prosperity that you've done, achieved, and put the work towards, you need to step back and be feminine and allow yourself to receive the manifestation of that. And yeah, you're something fucking big is gonna drop into your lap, like a cricket. But no, maybe it'll be a cricket made of gold, I don't know. But then we're also going to look at like spirit. What things can aid in pile number 2's healing alongside them doing the deep inner work? What physical things would aid in their healing for pile number 2, please? Okay, so we have the Emperor, Hemlock, and that's very creative too. So maybe doing something just for fun, not creating because you want to manifest some big wealthy thing, but literally doing something creative for yourself just for fun, like literally just to have fun. And I'll look into like what Hemlock is shortly. You need to be more flexible and more easygoing. You think that if you let things get messy, it's just not going to work out and everything's going to crash and burn. But sometimes it needs to be a little bit messy before it can fully transmute into the potential of what it is supposed to be. So yeah, I'm feeling like let loose a little, receive, give yourself some self-love, do something for you that's fun, create for just fun, not for like, you know, the accomplishment or the achievement of something. So what else do we have to offer for pile number 2? I'm going to take, there's 3, okay. Clearly you need this. So we have the Ace of 5. And 5 says change is the number for change. So yeah, you are going to have to make this shift in your life, and you are being supported, and it is going to really help alchemize these last bits of shadow self that you need to. Is it 5 or fire? Maybe it's fire. Maybe it's fire. That's funny. We're gonna go with that anyway. Fire. Yeah. 8 of fire. These seem like very cooking energy. So maybe creating some kind of yummy dish. Maybe you really like to cook, pile number 1, and it's like being encouraged that maybe you should do that. So yeah, it's being encouraged, and don't be afraid that you're going to burn the kitchen on fire. Maybe get your partner to, you know, be a spot for you, a spotter, so you don't burn the kitchen down. But I feel like, yeah, getting yourself hands-on and really creating something will be beneficial for you. We have ginger here, so that's the main component. So I feel like ginger may help balance out your, because having a lot of willpower, courage, and like when that goes over the limit into like arrogance and like stubbornness and like overachieving, that can be like your solar plexus is out of balance on this different spectrums. So like there's the lower spectrum, which is like low confidence, no willpower. Then there's the balance. Then there's the too much, like the arrogance. So with ginger, I feel like ginger is a really good gut cleanser. So I feel like you're being told to do like a really yummy gut cleansing juice or even a shot. So maybe with like ginger and lime, but it might be a little bit spicy, might be a little bit fire, but you may just need that, pile number 2. And then we also have the, I can't even read this writing. Oh, I just realized she's not cooking. She's like doing some woo-woo. That's so funny. But she's still making like medicines. So I still feel like that creative project still stands. Maybe you want to do something more creative and healing with like, because I feel like you have tapped into that higher power energy over here. Maybe you want to use that somewhere creatively and just tap into it and just see what you can come up with, and you may surprise yourself, even just for fun, even if maybe it's making some home herbal teas or something. I'm still trying to read what that says. It's like HYA, but like there's dots on the Y. I don't really know, honestly. I don't. California poppy. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not going to delve into that. Like, I'm just going to go with what I just picked up on, because honestly, I can't be bothered and we'll be here all day. But maybe that's for you to self-discover, like discover really where you can go just for fun, and take your time with it too. So, I might look into hemlock and mullein, because I didn't actually go into those ones too much. So okay, so apparently hemlock is a traditional herbal medicine that was used way back in the day, but it can be a poisonous herb, so it has to be used with expertise. But anyway, we're gonna go into it because I feel like what it has to offer could be something that you need to look for in other avenues. So apparently it's a heavy sedative and a painkiller. Apparently traditional folk used it to treat cancer. And I mean, like, if that is true, why are we not doing that today? Apparently it's used in ointments for like tumors and cancers and things like that, but it's only external use now. It's like you find hemlock in the ointment. But so I'm thinking, like, if you have like a lot of pain, like definitely using something to ease that pain so you can fully relax will definitely help you. But using something to ease the pain is not curing the pain, so don't get it twisted, pile number 2. Like, what will cure the pain is doing this deep inner work, because pain stems from the trauma. Okay, that's just what it is. But if you need something to ease, maybe you do have a lot of pain, physical, I mean, like maybe you physically struggle with something. So yeah, if you're having to take something to relieve that, maybe even making your own legal and not so risky medicinal teas or something, like looking into something or an ointment that you can use just to ease that, so you can actually work on these fun creative projects just for the pure enjoyment and receptive femininity of it. Okay, so internally this mullein plant is used for the treatment of respiratory issues. So maybe you feel like you can't get enough oxygen in. So definitely we're being reflected again, pile number 2, that meditation and even meditations that are focused on breathing and breath or breath work will be very healing for you. Because one, your mind is not going to be so much on this analytical stuff, and you're going to be focused on your body and being in touch with that. And yeah, it is going to help if you do struggle with breathing. Another thing, it's also used in ointments if you have like wounds, like open wounds or boils or burns, I think. Maybe not burns, but yeah. So that's just a little side something, I don't know. But yeah, there's just like a real like step into your femininity, allow yourself to give yourself some love, splurge a tiny bit on yourself. Maybe that's going to get a massage so you can tap into your body, like all these things that allow you to be in your body more, less in your analytical head. Be in your body and really embracing the flow of what it is to receive. And then, you know, that's where you're going to have these moments of, oh my God, there's this sadness. And it's going to take some time, but let's not, if you have blips of sadness, please don't avoid them. Please don't run from them. Please, they've come up for a reason, and allow them to come up. As long as you're not taking it out on anybody and you're just really sitting with it yourself and working with it yourself, you're doing wonders for yourself and everyone around you. So pile number 2, now we're going to see what goddesses are surrounding you right now, what messages they have, and what goddesses wish to work with you in alchemizing these shadow aspects of yourself. So if we could please like ask spirit, like what messages do the goddesses have? Who can pile to work with and pray to in order for them to help heal and alchemize these feelings? Or how can they tap more into their femininity? So we have take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. So I know that you've been taking a lot of action, pile number 2, but I think this is really clarifying that taking action and what your heart desires for creative fun, not just for doing things for business. Yeah, really letting that magic side out of you. So we have the goddess Ain here. So really call upon Ain if you feel called to allow yourself to flow with your childlike heart, and you know, create projects that you just want to, just for fun. I mean, you study philosophical things and all these alien things for fun. Why can't you create things that you want to create for fun? That's feminine. That's the softer energy of things. So then we also have home, Vesta. Your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So that could be true for you, pile number 2, but I'm also hearing like make your home your sanctuary. She also has a pot in front of her, so and it's very orange energy. So I'm feeling like a lot of your creative projects can just be in the safety of your own home. Maybe you make your business is from home. So maybe you need to make more of your house more homely with those personal creative activities, and not just have it be a place of business or a place of rigidness. Allow it to be a home as well. Allow it to have that soft featured, like homecoming home, honey I'm home feeling. Allow there to be love. So maybe like when you make creative projects, you can put them up. Maybe if you decide to do some paintings, even if you think they maybe look trash, look, they might not be trash. They could be what's the word, I mean, they have lots of questionable artwork in museums and they call it like modern art or something. It could be like modern art. Anyway, besides the point, if you do like a painting or anything or create something, put it up in your home, display it around, make your home more homely, is what I'm hearing. More feminine, less business, less articulate, less man. We're going to grab one more card from our angels and we're going to see what advice they have for us. So she just flew out of the deck there. She really don't give a damn. So we have serenity. Oh, serenity. That's what you need. Pile number 2. How pretty is this card? How pretty. Serenity. So I'm going to read that straight from the... I'm going to read it straight from the book. So, serenity, where are you? Serenity card meaning you are moving into a time of greater inner peace and tranquility. Wow, that's what we want. She's here to remind you, yes, honey, that's what's happening. We are doing that. We are cultivating that inner peace and tranquility. Peace of mind means feeling secure and knowing that you're always provided for, even if your logical mind cannot fathom how a challenge could be resolved. Peace of mind means that you trust that God will create miraculous solutions. Pray on it. This sort of faith is always warranted because faith is a key component in experiencing such miracles. By drawing this card, the angel reassures you that peace of mind is within you. You can feel serene, even in the midst of great turmoil. It's a mistake to think that you have to wait until your life is problem-free before you can be happy and peaceful. The opposite is actually true. First, you work towards serenity, and then your life challenges lessens and disappear. And then your life challenges, they lessen and then they disappear. So serenity is your natural state of mind, and the angels are now working with you to actualize this. And so I'm just going to leave that with you for a second, and I'm going to do some charms. Oops, that's not meant to be in there. So we're going to grab some little charms from this little bowl, and I just have this tray here. No, it's not like pretty and pristine, but like this is what I have, so deal with it. Plus I'm just giving you a big old fat reading for just the love of my heart. Why is my interweb not working? I don't know why. Anyway, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to shuffle through and pick some charms for you just to give some more insight on, you know, where to put your energy, or just insight in general. We'll just see what comes up. So just going to mix. And I feel like that's enough charms. We'll just go with that. Okay, so we have here Howlite. I'm pretty sure this is Howlite. And I remember like being told Howlite can help with business and apparently helps with procrastination. Like, I mean, I don't think you have a problem with that, but maybe like this crystal can help balance those over dramatic feelings of businessness that you have. and it can really just balance it out. So maybe howlite would be really beneficial for you to wear, or to work with, or yeah. And then we have this white heart. So know that you are always protected. You are surrounded by white light and love, and the angels are guiding you. We have this yellow flower, which indicates to me your solar plexus, which is brimming. We know that it's beautiful. You are passionful. You are powerful. You are driven. You have it all. So it's a confirmation that that is beautiful. Of course, keep going with that. I'm not saying completely put that to a stop, but as we were talking about, we do need to tap into that soft feminine energy. So yeah, we have this depicted as a flower here. So yeah, very grounding. Maybe go out in nature. Nature is very feminine. So red energy is grounding energy. So it's like root chakra. So maybe you need to ground yourself because you're in your head so much and you're doing, but you're not really grounding. So maybe even, maybe even in your creative and adventures that you do for fun now, and it maybe might ask you to use, like we talked about herbs before, that would be very grounding because you're working with nature. So maybe something to do with that, or like making art with nature or something. We have the doggy bone here. So like I said, don't forget pets could really be helpful at this point in time. We also have this little horseshoe. So maybe you want to like do a hobby, like learn to go horse riding. Oh shit, where'd that go? I know for myself, I've actually been wanting to do that, pile number 2, but also it could mean good fortune is coming in, which we already got confirmation of that from the cricket. So like that's more confirmation. We have a coin here. This is one of those Chinese good luck coins. So you're obviously, you're very fortunate. Like, or if you're not, a lot of good fortune is about to come in at the moment. We got these 2 screws, and I'm like, they're paired together to me. So this indicates the work that you and this divine partner are doing. So, oh, shitters. So yeah, just keep going with that. Keep learning to build and work together. This can really help empower you and have a beautiful impact on both of your futures and alchemizing. So the fact that we got 2 like diamonds here is just like there's such diamond energy from yourself and even your partner together. Like there's such diamond energy. Like you have so much value and so much worth, and I feel like if it hasn't already boomed, or even if you think it has, like it's about to boom that much more, and it will once we allow ourselves to receive pile number 2. So yeah, we also have this fairy here, and she's just so cute. Yeah, so it's really just like tapping into that playful energy as well, that really fairy-like energy, going out exploring nature and just being a little earth fairy yourself, and that will allow you to tap into that softer sort of feminine energy. We also have the fish charm here. Maybe it's a sign that you need to have more omega-3. I don't know why that came to me, but maybe you need to eat some more fish. Pile number 2, if you're vegetarian, you need to take some, like, I don't know, what can you take for omega-3? Avocados? Eat some avocados on toast. But yeah, I'm being told that you need to do that, or maybe you just need to go for a swim with the fishies, or something to do with water. We mentioned water before. We mentioned allowing yourself to be tranquil. So that is the reading that I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope that it helps. I really did try my best. You were a tough cookie to crack, and I'm sure you're aware of that. But yeah, I really hope that some things stuck with you and that can begin to crack you open and reveal those parts of yourself for them to be finally released, because you're worthy of all your potential, and you're worthy of feeling your feelings, and you're worthy of receiving and being flowy. You don't always have to be in charge. So yeah, so that's the reading. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello and welcome to all of those who chose the black obsidian crystal. So you've chosen this gorgeous black obsidian crystal tower. So I'm pretty sure these crystals are made via eruption of lava that solidifies and then becomes this beautiful black shiny crystal. The black obsidian crystal is wonderful for grounding energy. It very much grounds you, and it's a beautiful protection stone and healer. The black obsidian can aid and encourages you in healing of old, ancient traumas, and it encourages you to elevate yourself, personal growth, and protects you and helps release old, low vibrational energies within your vessel. And it also has the ability to block, absorb, and transform negative energy. Highly beneficial in the healing of heavy blocks and traumas, pile number 3, so that's possibly why you were drawn to that crystal. And we're going to go ahead and get into your reading now. So when I was shuffling the cards, or when I was collecting the crystal, instantly I did feel that this pile was a lot heavier, but we'll see anyway. Like, I did get that initial thought and feeling. I was like, oh, this pile is, you know, there's some heavy stuff here. But anyway, pile number 3, we'll see what we're looking. I'm going to put these aside for now. I shuffled them in the beginning while I was trying to pick your cards. So we have the new moon in Sagittarius. So if you didn't watch the introduction with the breakdown of the channeled message, so first of all, we're just going to tap into your energy, pile number 3, and to see if I'm speaking to the right person. So with this new moon in Sagittarius, it says focus on the positive. So I feel like you very much are in a dark place at the moment, or you're just feeling so heavy, or possibly there's things that are happening in your life and it's very draining and very heavy, and your mind is foggy. You feel like your mind is foggy and there's no clarity in your step at the moment. You are trying to focus on the positives. This here says focus on the positive. I feel like you are trying to focus on the positive, and you can see the lights amongst the mist of your reality right now. And that focusing on those things is what's going to help you push through and get through this fog and get through this tough time. Yeah, so with it being a new moon, which brings shadows, does it bring shadows to the light? No, it brings in a new fresh energy. So maybe you have a new perspective on the situation, or you keep coming up with new perspectives for the situations, because you, pile number 3, you see things, you see the bigger picture, you see things sometimes wholeheartedly as they are. Like, you see more than the average person in a scenario, and that is one of your spiritual gifts, pile number 3. I feel like we are possibly releasing, we're releasing, or we're wanting to release. For you, pile number 3, possibly we're coming into a new phase, a new moon, a new chapter. We work in phases. So this phase of your life now is we're releasing all this fogginess, this drama, this almost indecisiveness. But yeah, you're definitely looking towards the light at the end of the tunnel as we move through this phase. It might feel pretty heavy at the moment, or it has felt heavy for a little bit of time now, pile number 3, but I'm getting that we are entering a new phase for you, and this is the perfect time to take on board whatever comes through in this channeled message today, because it's really going to bring that new energy with the new moon. And yeah, but let's keep tapping into more of pile 3's energy to make sure that we have the right person. And let's see, like, what is pile number 3's current energy? Oh my Lord, have mercy. Okay, you know what? How many is here? There's so many. I'm gonna take them. There's a lot going on. You need a sense of direction, I feel. Okay, this is a lot of cards. Then we have the full moon in Virgo. We have full moon in Virgo. Take inspired action. So I feel like you are focusing on the positive. You see the bigger picture. You see the light at the end of the tunnel through the darkness, and you are taking that inspired action. You see something and you're like, yes, but it's almost can be very ungrounding, as in the sense of a little bit all over the shop. So you go here, you chase that little dream, you chase this little dream, and which is not a bad thing. We're here to explore and try out all possibilities and discover who we really are on this earth. But I'm just channeling what I pick up, and if this sounds like you so far, pile number 3, then this is the message for you. So you do take that action, and instantly when you take that action, you get this instant feeling of just excitement and just like freedom, like you're running around like that lady off the hills. Wait, what is it? The hills are alive with the sound of music. You're like running around, you're like, the hills are alive with the sound of music. Oh my God. So that's how you feel when you take that inspired action and you are running here, there, and everything. That gets a sparkle in your eye. And we also have a full moon in Libra. Find a balance. Yeah, so you're feeling quite unbalanced at the moment. Find a balance. Yeah, you are feeling quite unbalanced with this old energy that's trying to move out of you. So what do I mean by that? This heaviness, this fog, this mist, it is clearing up. And I know that you've been holding on to the positives for a while, and you think like, oh my God, I know I keep telling myself that it's clearing up, but it's staying there. Well, this time, this is confirmation for you, pile number 3, that this cycle of your life is actually clearing out this time. And yeah, so continue to take that inspired action. And I know you're feeling like things are out of balance at the moment, like you're indecisive about where you should go. And I mean like career-wise, or maybe even, what you want to pursue, or even like relocation is coming up. Like I feel like you're not settled in your home and you feel like you need to relocate. So you're really wanting to find that balance and feel, I guess, at home grounded, that grounded energy. So we also have a full moon in Scorpio. This is crazy that we have literally all whole moons right now. So with the full moon in Scorpio, you have a lot of deep-seated depth that people don't know about. People do just see you as unorganized, chaotic, out of balance, not settled. And you know what? You're a free spirit. I don't think that's a bad thing. That's so beautiful. Like, you're a free spirit. You go after one inspiring twinkle and then you feel alive. And if that's what makes you feel alive in a world that can be filled with gloom, then who the hell cares? You might feel out of balance right now and like you don't know what to settle on, but that time will come. Trust the divine timing. As I said, this cycle is closing out. Breathe through the tension. The full moon in Scorpio says, breathe through the tension. This chapter of your life is closing now, this old fog. Breathe through it. Feel all the deep emotions. I know that you're feeling so deeply. On the surface, you look free-spirited and a little bit cray-cray, but underneath you're super deep feeling. And I also feel like you see the beauty of things a lot more intensely than anybody else around you. When they see things, they just see it for the 3D world that it is, but you see it on such a deeper level. And I feel like people don't know that about you, or they misunderstand you. I feel like maybe you feel misunderstood. You feel misunderstood. We also have the first quarter moon in Libra. Keep your heart open. Wow, so we have 2 Libra energies here. Keep your heart open. Yeah, don't close your heart now. Don't close your heart now, because this old cycle is closing out. The fog is clearing up, pile number 3. And those that don't understand you, that's perfectly fine. Not everybody has to understand you. But I'm telling you, there are people out there who are on your level of understanding. And that's not to say the others are on a bad level. I mean, there's no good, bad, whatever. It's just we elevate on different times and things that we go through, and we see the world through a vision that only some other people could understand themselves. Your people are out there, but please, like, just keep going with what you're doing, because there's nothing that you're doing wrong. This is the heart chakra energy. Keep your heart open. I feel like sometimes you close your heart off to depth of feeling with people. Like, you have no problem going around and on the surface, you know, making love with people on a surface level. And I mean that in the sense of, like, you'll go around and have flirty times with lots of people, but you won't ever have a deep connection. And you know, they're always fleeting. They are fun, they are joyful, but they're always fleeting. And I feel like deep down you crave a depth to be, not even really to be with someone, maybe to be with someone, but I'm picking up like a depth and a balance that you want to have within yourself. I think in the long run you definitely do want that with a companion, but I guess what your shadow aspects that you're dealing with right now are maybe a fear of intimacy, or a fear of letting people get deep or see your depth, because you have been so misunderstood before, and people just think you're, you know, off chops, or you're a little bit, you know, head in the clouds, which is absolutely fine. They do think you're fun and energetic. They love hanging around you. It doesn't matter really about other people at the moment, pile number 3. Keep your heart open. I'm hearing keep going after those opportunities that come your way, and those take that inspired action. Continue, because I promise you this old phase is cycling out. But yes, we are going to do some healing work that's going to help as we go into that new phase. It's going to cement the things within our soul that we, and I say we as in you and me, I don't know if I resonate with this pile, but I do like to just say we, because it feels like we're on a team. But yeah, so we are going to do the healing work within to cement the cycle closing, and then inviting in that new chapter. I'm going to look into Libra energy. Maybe people find you unreliable. And yeah, there is a heaviness on indecisiveness. You do feel imbalanced, but we are going to work on that. So pile number 3, we're going to dive a little bit deeper and look at what are these shadow aspects of self. So we have lost in our own equations. So you definitely get lost in all of those little worlds that you go after here, there, and everywhere. You can be quite introverted at the same time, but I feel like that's more with depth, like being depthful with people. It's like you can emotionally cut off when it comes to matters of the heart. And we have the amethyst wings. Yeah, and then we have amethyst wings. Lost in our own equations. That's where this imbalance is comes from. I feel like you can get in your own head a lot. Pile number 3. Stop saying fucking pile number 3. Okay, look. Did you hear what I just whispered to myself out loud? If I was editing this back, I literally would have cut that out, but I'm actually deciding to keep this in because I feel like this is the energy that you're in. You can be quite critical of yourself. And yeah, just lost in your own world of criticism. That's actually so funny that I did that. It's not funny. I understand to be your worst enemy and to judge yourself and to be so critical is such a hard thing to deal with. And because I think that you do feel and think so deeply, and you see the world for way more than it is, and you see the bigger picture, you very much think these things. You very much can be critical as well. You very much bring this own energy to yourself, to your own mind, and you're always overthinking about just negative judgment of yourself, which can lead you to feeling quite down. And I guess that's where the sort of lone wolf energy comes in, because it leads you to feeling quite down about yourself, and then you would just prefer to be alone, to isolate. And I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so it can cause you to isolate and then just emotionally shut off. Yeah, shutting your heart off. but there is an encouragement to keep your heart open. I feel like you are trying to keep your heart open in little blips. And trust me, I know, I understand. I completely resonate with this as well. And I know it can be hard to keep your heart open, but there is new chapters coming in for you. So let's just grab another one just to get a little bit deeper into the subconscious of pile number 3's collective energy. Subconscious of their... Okay, I didn't want... No, I'm sick of you, Spirit. Keeps giving me way more options than I want. So I feel like you have a lot of opportunities or just a lot of things going in your life, and you could take a varying of paths within your life. So then we also have this card, which depicts all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. It depicts all the 7 chakras and an aura of energetic glowing. I feel like you are journeying into a solitude area, like you're taking the depth of your solitude to new levels, and you have been doing that within yourself, within the darkness. These are in the dark, aren't they? It's amazing how these cards actually both mirror each other so well. Both in meditative states, both have chakras aligning and glowing. Maybe you don't feel it at the moment, but you are coming into balance. You are coming into balance. There is light at the end of this tunnel, and you are heading towards it. And there is an encouragement to continue to go within the depth of your soul, as deep as you know that you can go. You don't need the approval of anybody else. I know you probably don't ask for that anyway, but there is a call to keep journeying deep within into your soul. And you may just be in an era of solitude right now, and it is really vital for your healing. Things will come into balance for you. I feel like you're meeting parts of yourself that you haven't met before, deep parts of yourself that no one else is going to. And this is really beautiful. This is really profound. I think that you're perfectly on the right path as you are. We all are, but I believe that we all are. But within that comes your free will of choice, choosing to make the path easier for yourself or choosing to make it harder for yourself. I'm going to use the tarot cards now, pile number 3, to get deeper into your subconscious, to see what these subconscious shadow aspects of self are. Spirit, can we please get some dive deep into the collective consciousness for those that chose pile number 3? Can we dive deep into their consciousness? We have the 5 of Pentacles. You feel like you're alone and out in the cold, having to make all these changes yourself, having to make all these shifts yourself. Perhaps there is a lot of change going on around you at the moment, and it feels like you've just been left out in the cold. there is definitely a shift. And that's the shift in this old cycle. So I'm just confirming that for you now. Pile number 3. We also have the King of Swords in reverse. Can we please clarify the King of Swords in reverse? With the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. So we have the King of Swords in reverse, and then that was clarified with the King of Cups in reverse. You feel like you're giving your personal power away. Why do you feel like you're giving your personal power away? Because I don't see that. And maybe I'm just... No, this could be like a massive stereotype, but I was just gonna say, or a generalization, I was just gonna say, why are you feeling like you're giving your power away? Like you don't have anyone really super close to you at the moment. Because what I'm picking up is you don't really let anybody super close to you. So like you're doing a lot of introspective. You're giving your power away when you use that introspection for negativity, to be so self-critical, because you really are so powerful. You really have a beautiful bright light that has so much potential to help others in the world. But yeah, we don't want to focus on that too much, because I want you to know that that is what you have. But I know that you're working at the moment in a time of solitude, and I feel like that's very important. But you are giving your power away when you feed into your own negativity and your own self-doubt and judgment and criticism inside your own little pretty little head. Lost in our own equations. Yeah, you're losing that value. Okay, we also have the 6 of Wands. You were born to be some kind of leader. You were born to be some kind of inspiration. Maybe you come off quite, not vain, what's the word? Maybe you come off quite superficial. Yeah, I feel like you could be coming off quite superficial to people. But it's only because you're wasting that energy criticizing yourself as well as others, and then maybe judging yourself for criticizing others. But you only do that because you judge yourself. We only project what we feel deep within. Can we please clarify the 6 of Wands, Spirit? So the 6 of Wands is clarified by the Empress. It may be a bit of a journey before you actually step into this full potential of yours. It took me a really long time for that card to pop out or want to come out. So I feel like when I say you're meant to be a natural born leader, but you're filled with so much self-criticism and judgment at the moment. But you truly are an Empress, and you truly do hold power, and you truly can be a leader and an inspiration for people. I need you to trust the timing. I need you to trust that it's going to be a journey. You may just feel chaotic and indecisive and like you can't make your mind up, but I need you to trust the journey. These are all pivotal moments. Every time you have an inspiration, a sparkle of inspiration, and then you go for it, that's all a part of your journey. Please trust that. We're going to get one more to dive deep within the subconscious of pile number 3. Deep down, what are they feeling? What's going on? What's this blockage? There's 2 there. So we also have the Ace of Cups in reverse. I actually want to put that there. Yeah, so we have, and then we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. You really are giving a lot of your power away. 6. The number 6 is significant as well. The number 6 can mean reflect. I definitely feel like you're in a time of reflection and transition, and I encourage you to keep going within deep, because that is really what's going to do some groundbreaking work for you. But you need to trust the divine timing of this right now, and you need to stop giving your power away with negative thinking, criticism. What's meant for you will come for you, but now is not the time. Now is not the time. I can't tell you when. I know that you're going into a new transition, but you can't receive that newness if you just keep emptying your cup. It's showing like the king is upside down, his hand is empty. The King of Cups is upside down, his hand is empty too. This Ace of Cups is upside down. You keep like giving your power away somewhere. Maybe wasting it on people or places or things that are not asking for it, but also are not seeing the value in it. You may not be going deep with people, but you're still offering them these parts of yourself, and it's just going to waste, honestly. Those people aren't right for you. These people in your life right now aren't right for you. You're stepping into your solitude. You're stepping into your own journey. You're finding that balance. Step further into your heart. Go into the depths of your heart. What is it that you truly want? You're indecisive. What do you truly want? Sit with your heart. Sit with yourself in solitude. Get out of your mind. Stop pouring empty, meaningless criticism and judgment into your vessel for no reason. 6 of Swords in reverse. You know, it's funny because as I'm doing this reading, I'm meant to be going to a friend's later, but I keep checking the time because I keep thinking, how long am I recording this for? And it's just, I feel like that's your energy. You keep like checking the time or checking the days or going, how long is this going to take? How long is this going to take? You know that meme? I feel like that's you. But like there's this impatientness. And with this impatience, you're wasting your resources on things when you could keep that for yourself, for your inner growth. You're on a journey. You're going to make it. You're going to make it through the waters, through the challenges. You've already come this far. I feel like the one thing getting in your way is your own self-judgment and your mind. So pile number 3, we're going to go, what are we going to do now? We're going to tap into some energy of how can the collective energy for pile number 3 begin now to alchemize these feelings. What can they do to stop sabotaging their minds, giving their power away? Maybe you feel like you'll be alone and no one will understand you forever. That's not the case. You're journeying towards new waters, new people who are going to understand your soul. I already reminded you of that before, and I'll remind you again. If that's what you need. You need to give yourself some self-love affirmations. You need to remind yourself. Speak to yourself out loud. What negative thought am I having right now? You're feeding the rat. Stop feeding the rat. The rat is scattering in your mind. You need to stop feeding it. Start giving it crumbs and then give it nothing. That's what I'm picking up for you. Yeah, so stop feeding the rat in your mind. Start paying attention. Pile number 2 had to do this as well. They had to pay, or was it pile number 3? I mean, number 1. I can't remember anymore. See, they had to start focusing on their mind. What are you feeding yourself? What are you feeding that negative voice? What is the negative voice feeding your mind? Or vice versa? Same difference. Pay attention to it. Stop pouring into things that aren't for you. People, places, or things. That can be people in your life as well. You know, you're feeding them parts of you that they shouldn't, they're just taking for granted. Stop it. Just stop it. I know it's easier said than done. I'm like, thanks, you've solved my problems. Thanks, you've solved world hunger because you just told me to stop. Now I can. Amazing. Like, I know, but at least try and be aware of what you're doing and take that power back for yourself. You have so much power within you, and it is being wasted on some things, and you're being left empty-handed. We're gonna get another one. Ooh. Salamander. Fire energy that you have, that Sagittarius energy. I know that you already are tapping into that. Stop going towards the chaos. Stop going towards the drama. You think that, like, oh, the drama just comes to me. All these things are happening and it's just so full on and everything's just crazy. You think that those things are just coming to you? Look, that fire is blazing that way and you're walking into it. It's not coming toward you. Just stop. It's not coming towards you. You're choosing this chaos. Pretty sure Sagittarius is fire energy as well. You have beautiful qualities of where you can put all that energy that you have, that inspiration. But going towards drama and going towards the chaos is not going to happen. Like, chaos in your life and things happening is inevitable, but directly going towards it and making that choice of making things harder for yourself is just completely unnecessary. And I'm pretty sure we talked about something about making choices earlier too. Yeah. Your life path is written for you. This beautiful light life path. But what choice you make to get there is yours. And you're walking into chaos. Take your control back. Take your power back. Stop feeding into those negative voices in your head. Stop giving crumbs to people that, you know, don't even deserve a crumb. They deserve nothing. Stop walking into the fire. Stop walking into the drama. Go back into your solitude, into your peace. Let your light to shine that way. So we're going to get we're going to see what goddesses would like to work with you energetically. Pile number 3, what messages they have to offer, what wisdom, and how they can help alchemize these shadow aspects of yourself. What can we do for pile number 3 to help alchemize these shadow aspects of themselves? Please, Spirit. We have Sulis, bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. Yeah, so there's so much chaos and fire energy that you need to just calm down. You need to just cool it. And then we have Medicine Woman, Ixchel. You are a channel for divine healing power. I told you, you have so much power within you. Tap into that energy. Don't waste it going after things that are just bringing you drama. Don't waste it feeding into stories that are just toxic. You don't need that. What for? Who for? Honestly, who for? What for? You have the chance to walk away. And if you think, oh, I really am stuck in this, I just can't see a way out through the chaos. Well, you're an introspective person. You're a deep person. Stop wasting that introspection on judgment and criticism. See, look, I stuffed up the word criticism. You're focused on little things too much. For a person who usually sees the big picture, it can be your fault as well as it can be super helpful for you. So we're also going to get some additional healing factors that will help you physically as well as you do the mental work as well. Pile number 3. So we're going to see what spirit has that can aid you in your healing. So spirit, what do we have for the collective energy of pile number 3? What can we use that will aid in their healing? Strength, garlic. Know that you have the strength. You are more than strong enough and capable enough to break free of this chaos and feeding into this drama. Garlic may also be a great substance for you at the moment. I think garlic is good in cleansing the stomach. So maybe it's an encouragement to just have a bit of a gut detox, because they say your gut is your second brain, and it's where your trauma and patterns get stuck in as well and get formed. And cleansing your gut can cleanse out those parasites that are the trauma that's stuck in your gut. So what else do we have to offer for pile number 3 to aid them? Okay. We have death, marigold. Death is not bad, death is good. This old cycle is clearing out now. I told you, you're entering this new phase. You're gonna get there a lot faster, and I know time is a relevant thing for you, like when? Trust the time, but you are gonna get there a lot faster if you stop feeding into all these things that I said. I feel like you need to work maybe with your creativity. Channel this energy, all this stuff that floods your mind, channel it into what can you create. I also am hearing that because you don't really get close to people intimately, you have some healing that you need to do in your sacral chakra, in your sexual organ area. So possibly you have maybe you have some kind of physical ailment to do with that area. For some of you, that might not be all of you. It could even be like as simple as like you get UTIs. That's still something in that area. But I'm hearing like you need to do some healing there. You know, it's actually funny that I said that there's some kind of like sexual health issue or problem. Like that could also be, yeah, it's funny that came up because garlic also aids with candida. If you don't know what that is, I'm pretty sure it's thrush, and vaginitis, which is a bacterial infection. So if you're a woman, even if you're a man, but you could have these issues, there's a real call to heal that. That's a symptom though of the root cause. It's not the root cause, it's a symptom. So these elements that you have in this sexual energy area are a symptom of the trauma that's stuck within. But healing these physical symptoms also aids in your healing alongside the shadow work as well. So don't discredit it. Yeah, there's definitely an ask to detox your system. So I'm definitely saying, like, suggesting some kind of like heavy duty cleansing with garlic, ginger, that sort of thing. It's not going to be nice, probably not going to be super yummy, but there's a suggestion of doing that to flush out this thing that's coming up as a physical symptom for you. Because I know if you get thrush, it can become systematic, and I know it comes from a root cause, usually of feeling unworthy. And maybe you have a wound like that. Maybe you do feel unworthy of love or of people getting intimately close with you. Possibly that's why you don't get really super deep with anybody else, or you haven't. There's troubles with self-worth, and I guess that's probably why you're so self-critical of yourself. Even as I said that sentence, I literally judged myself because I could have worded it better. There's so much self-judgment. There's so much criticism. Like, it needs to stop because you're blocking your own power. You need to clear out. It's manifesting into a physical symptom. You need to heal the area of your sacral chakra, your sexual organs, and that self-worth. Okay, pile number 3, we're going to grab one more card. We're going to seek some advice from our guardian angel. Support. You're supported. You are supported through this whole journey. You have a whole spiritual team around you, guiding you. You're on the right path. Trust in that divine timing. Make choices that are going to aid in your healing and not feed into the chaos and feed the fire and fuel the fire and feed the rat. You are supported though. You have a whole beautiful team. You feel alone, honey. You feel like no one sees your depth, honey. You got guides around you looking at you as if you are the world, because you are. So within, so without. So let me read. I'm going to read from the book for this one. S. Card meaning. God, the angels, and the ascended masters who love, protect, and guide you are watching over you right now. You are not alone, and you are safe. This card reassures you that you are part of an awesome and powerful team of benevolent beings. They surround you, guide, and love you constantly. If you are in danger, they will intervene with warnings or life-saving measures. If you are afraid, they will comfort you with the energy of divine love. If you are confused, they will whisper guidance in your ear. That's that inspired action. Keep following that. Pile number 3. By drawing this card, your angels and guides ask you to talk to them more frequently. Have mental conversations with them about everything, and you will soon see evidence of their existence. Soon the angels will enlist you to help other people. See, I knew it. You have a power within you to help others. If you ever feel doubtful about your ability to help others, ask the angels to release these fears. Yeah, you go deep within your soul, but you're not. There's a whole support system that you can connect with, not just yourself. So I'm now going to grab some charms for you, pile number 3. And we're going to see what other remaining little tips, tricks, and messages want to pop out, or reminders. So I'm going to close my eyes and shuffle. grab a couple more, huh? Okay, that was a lot. Radio. A lot of crystal energies here. We've got 3 crystals. We've got the dice, 3, which also makes up 3, 3. So you're supported. The number 3, you're supported. You're heavily supported. Please know that. It also makes up 6, reflect. You're in a time of reflection, as we said. Howlite is a crystal that helps with procrastination and I think maybe focus. So that could be significant for you. Maybe look up the spiritual healing properties of howlite. Howlit. I don't know. You'll figure it out. And yeah, you have a lot of passion, and you are driven in so many different directions, and you do follow that inspiration. So that's an encouragement to keep doing that. It's guiding you towards your true path of enlightenment, and which is to heal people, and know that you are supported. We have this butterfly, so you really are about to blossom and transition. But you, like the butterfly, you need to trust that timing. The butterfly goes into the cocoon, which is, I feel like, what you need to do. You need to go within. I know you go within already, but you do need to sit with yourself and your spirit team now. Yeah, the caterpillar goes into the cocoon. He does this hard introspective inner work, and he trusts that he'll come out as a butterfly. And you need to trust that too, because you are. So as I said, we have the dice that came in 3, which is support, and then 1 is intuition, 2 is alignment. So you trust your intuition. I know you do when you take those leaps of faith whenever you're inspired. Don't confuse intuition with the messiness of your head that just really wants to be negative to you. So the crystals came in 3, which is a support as well. I don't know what crystal this is, I forgot. I want to say maybe red jasper. I don't know, it's probably not. But red is very grounding energy. So like we said, you are protected. The obsidian is very grounded energy too. So as I said, I feel like I think you can be in your head a lot. So it's a reminder to keep grounded. We had that spend more time in bodies of water. Maybe going out into the water is going to help you with grounding your energy and just allowing yourself to just float blissfully. But also creating things as well can get you out of your head and into your body. So with this diamond here, I really do feel like this is you. Like, you have so much to offer. You are a diamond, and you have the potential to share that with people who need that, and you are getting there. But you need to, as I said, trust that. Like, even diamonds are made under pressure, but you don't have to have so much pressure in your life that's just unnecessary. We have amethyst. So amethyst is really good for the higher chakras and really good in meditation. So perhaps it's a call to meditate with yourself more, but also in meditation, try and speak with your angels, with your ancestors, with God, with whoever you have faith in, and allow yourself to be receptive to those healing energies. You may also need to get a good sleep schedule, because amethyst helps with insomnia. So maybe you have a bad sleep schedule at the moment. So there's an encouragement to get your sleep on track, because you'll be amazed at how that just it just, like, getting proper sleep is so important. And I should talk to myself here because my sleep is crap and I have insomnia too. But it could literally be the pivoting point that tips everything to where it's supposed to be on your path, just by getting some freaking proper sleep, deep REM sleep with a proper freaking time schedule. We have a dragon. I don't know what I'm feeling with this dragon. A fire breathing dragon. Yeah. Stop breathing fire onto things that is just unnecessary. Use that to fuel your power instead. We've talked about that the whole time. We have this little fairy, Tinkerbell, sitting on a star. You have this, you possess this magic, this power within you. Also, it's giving me Two of Pentacles energy as well. So I'm just feeling like you are the master of balancing your own life. You make those choices. You are the magician in doing that. And we have this bird. This blue bird flying free. This is you. I'm soaring, flying. I never felt like... Yeah, I don't actually know. I don't watch High School Musical. But for those that do, there you go. That was the song that came to my head. So you're going to feel like that. You're going to feel like you're soaring, you're flying. La 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 la. However it goes. Trust that. Okay, pile number 3. This is the reading for you. I really hope you took on messages that felt you really resonated with and that you needed to hear. There's so much beauty coming your way. The cycle is cleansing out. I'm not going to repeat everything I said, but I wish you all the best and I send you my love, and I can't wait to see what power you possess in the near future or long future. I don't know. I shouldn't have left with that. Do your mind work. Stop judging. Okay. Bye, pile number 3.